Welcome, guys. Welcome. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that sort of stuff. So, I'm planning on this being a fairly big session today, actually. So I'll just actually, sorry, I've done the wrong thing here. I'll just go across to here. I'm already screwing up. This is the last chat tactic for the year, of course. This is episode 37. Sorry that I don't know what's happened there. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. I'm pressing my the keyboard shortcut to start and stop the stream. But anyway, we're back in. My apologies about that one. So it's showing me that I've got green light, so I think we're actually okay. Yeah, so welcome to Chat Tactic number 37. I'll just see if I can actually increase the size of this one a little bit. So I've got a lot planned for today, actually. A lot, but with a single theme, and that theme is to essentially go through the year that was, in going through 2024, but with a bit of a difference, actually. Actually, I will have to go back and keep the everything else open, because what I was thinking we'd do is that I'll go through it, but we'll actually go back and have a look at what we thought was going to happen this year, or what I thought was going to happen this year. But I think I'll try to get your input into it this year, like for the games that have that were there, for the ones that you have played, and I'll get you to rate them as well. So we'll actually place those ratings in, and just see where the games ended up. Like there's a lot of games that never made it, that were on my list of most anticipated games of 2024. In fact, if we go across to here, this is the spreadsheet that I used last year, and I haven't looked at it since April, I think it was the last time I actually opened it up. Just have a bit of a look to see how things were going. So hi William, and Original Intent, and so I like that. Say, hey Dad's Tacticians, that's a good name actually, I like that. CB and Battle Mode. Voodoo Dog, Original Intent, saying, tell us what to spend our Christmas money on, Daz. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Do we look at the Steam Winter Sale? I've got a bit of time today. I've got like this is not going to be a short stream. There's a lot to get through. I'm thinking, I don't know, like it's one of those things where, as we get to it, I'm guessing if they're like, I was thinking of doing a winter sale. I don't know why they just don't call it a Christmas sale, because it literally is just over the Christmas period. I wonder if that's still that sort of like that political correctness gone crazy aspect, because they just literally like it seems like they just finished their autumn sale, like literally just a couple of weeks ago, and here we are now having a winter sale. I don't know. I don't know if they've always done it that way or done the Christmas sale. Anyway, whatever it is, or Boxing Day sale, whatever they want to call it. Dom UK and Chris. I'm talking about Kerbal is going to hurt. Yes, well, there's a few in that category now. There's actually a few. There's a lot of games that this has actually been a bad year for developers, particularly for middle-sized developers. I mean, look at Solium Infernum. We have a look at this list. There's actually games that I don't even have on here where the developers are in a real state of crisis right now. Ultimate General, those games as well. So there's a lot of really difficult times, unfortunately, for mid-level developers, which is a shame. So Original Intent saying Foundation full release in 1 month. Now this is a look back. What we're seeing on the screen here is actually what we thought was going to be coming this year, and the ratings that I had given it just for myself. But I put an extra column in for gamers, for you guys. Out of 10, just rated out of 10 when we actually go to each one of them. What I'll try to do is in the chat, I'm just thinking of the best way of handling this. And there's no screaming rush. I'm just thinking that maybe what I do is actually I'll type in the name that we're going to be talking about, and then you guys can just rate it based on your own ratings, and then we'll just go from there as to how things actually did turn out. So this is actually, there we go, so Muzzle Paint as well, and yeah, so probably not everyone celebrates Christmas. Oh no, but it's a Christmas sale. Like I've got relatives that are Jewish, for example. They don't celebrate Christmas as Christmas, but they celebrate Christmas as a holiday, So I don't know. It's sort of, I think it's all yeah, I don't know. It's all just gets a bit crazy. So Age of Wonders 4 is a game I played most this year, says Hugh David. Yeah, I'm the same actually. We'll have a look at that as well. Is this your ratings before the games come out? Yes, this is my ratings as of December, this time last year. So this is actually what happened before last year. So we'll go through and actually re-rate these actually as well. So, but I'll get your opinions as well as we go. So I thought that might be a fun way to do it. There's also the Steam replay as well. Like I've opened up my Steam replay for the year of the games that I played through the year, and so there's less than what I played last year, simply because I've been more time poor. But we do actually have this as well, and I did want to go through these and actually sort of rate these as well, and we may be able to do this inside what we've already got. Maybe we do that. So yeah, so Chris is saying I'm Buddhist and I celebrate Christmas as a winter holiday. Yeah, still call it Christmas though. That's the point. It's sort of I don't know. It's just funny how everyone used to call it Christmas, and then no one was calling it Christmas, and now people are starting to call it Christmas again, which is just sort of funny. Okay, so here's my Steam. I'll start here, I guess, and we'll just sort of work our way through. But we'll go back to that game of the year, and I'll just get a broad consensus as we sort of go through, or do we start there and then end up here and having a bit of a look at what actually happened? Or maybe we'll do it that way, and then anything that's missing we'll go back and do. Dominic K saying I'm an atheist and celebrate Christmas as Steam winter sale time. All right, okay, let's get started. What I'll do is I'll see if I can just copy paste these things in. So I'll put it in the chat like this. So and then what I'll get you guys to do is just rate how you felt Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode was out of 10. So I'll just glance at it and get what I think you guys are sort of calling it. I'll talk about it in the meantime as to what I think it is. UX UI, I think that there's still a lot of work to be done on that. So my 8.5, I had this down as my game of the year, as what I thought was going to be coming as game of the year. This is actually my ratings for game of the year at this point in time. So in this sense, that did not pan out for me. Like the UX UI is still being worked on. I would call that for Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode maybe a 4 out of 10 at this point in time. The replayability I find in adventure mode is awkward. I'd call that maybe a 6 out of 10. The gameplay itself, very, very unpolished. I'd call that a 4 out of 10. And the extra sort of weighting on it, I think it's going to be good stuff coming, so I'll rate that a 7 out of 10. Now, what have you guys done? All right, you guys are giving it a very, very low score. So we've got 4s, we've got 2s, we've got 4.5s. Okay, so we've got a 3 there as well. So 3 looks to be about the average. So it's a real disappointment. Adventure mode is always a bit of a mixed bag, but the Steam version was crap. It really was. It really was. I'll put a 3 there, so we can sort of, and what we can do ultimately is then sort this one out. This halves the score for adventure mode. So adventure mode was a disappointment. We can tell that right from the very, very start. So there we go. That's the first big sort of news of what actually happened here. What I might do is I might actually go and I don't know if I can just link to it. If I double click on it, does that go to it? No. If I go and we've got 20% off at the moment. Okay, 20% off Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to say the basic Dwarf Fortress though is extremely fun to play. Like the actual base game, that was the adventure mode for Dwarf Fortress, which is disappointing. But the actual game itself is really, really good. So I did actually enjoy that, and we can go across. There we go. We can redirect. So that is, you can see it's overwhelmingly positive, 95%, and the base game deserves that. It really is an incredible game. I've been streaming that all week and absolutely loving it. It's just such a great game, but the adventure mode is disappointing. But I think there's promise there. I think I would still put that down as one of my most anticipated games of the coming year, as they start to fix things up in that. So So don't lose the original score that you gave, says Hugh David. Yeah, I've still got that actually. I've still got it because what I've done is I've copied my upcoming games. So my upcoming games are in here, and then the Game of the Year stuff is in here, which is so I've actually got like a separate one for that one. All right, then we've got the, and I won't just call it the Warlords DLC. I'll make it the Gal Civ 4 DLCs back and through here. So I'll just go through and we'll copy that one. We've just got we've got a lot of hard work to do, guys. A lot of hard work to do here. So there we go. So put your ratings in of how, and I won't just call it Warlords. I will actually rename that just to the different DLCs. Warlords, I think, was probably the most favourite of the DLCs, but I'll put DLCs in through there. So I had this one as my second most anticipated game. Now, in terms of UX and UI, I'll just do my scores and I'll have a look and see what you guys think. So UX and UI, I actually think that they improved that. I'm going to make that a 9. Replayability, I'm thinking 8.5. It's still, you still play the same sort of way. Did that really change? No, I think it did change. I think that went up to a 9 as well, particularly with the last DLC that came out. Gameplay wise, again, I'm going to have to go 9. It's just such a great things. The things that have been simplified have been awesome. I've got extra there 8. I feel that I'd still keep it at 8, and I don't know why. If everything else is 9, I tend to have this as like just a little bit of a rebalancing out of things. I think I'd still keep it as an 8 personally. Now, what have you guys done? You've got 8.5s, you've got 7s, 8.5s, 8s. Okay, well, I think that the average there is 8, so I'll just go with 8 in through there. Battle Mode's not allowed to comment on this one because he works on it. So I'll put that down as an 8 there from the gamer review for that one through there. So that's an 8.6, which is a good score. So that's actually that's a game very, very much worth doing. Steam Power 20% off at the moment as well. Funny, I thought there was more on that one. I'll just get rid of Dwarf Fortress. And it's funny, this is again where I just find this very, very strange. 71% of user reviews for the game are positive. Oh, that was for Warlords. Again, that's a weird number for what we end up having. Let's just go to the base game and just see how that sort of rates. I find these ratings for these more complex type games to be problematic. Problematic indeed. 77%, 73%. So it's more positive recently, which is good. I think it certainly rates higher than 70, in the 70s. I think this is an 80s game, similar to Distant Worlds. So, yeah, I sort of find that a strange one. There's just the rating systems for the Space 4Xs. All right, so that's there. Solium Infernum. Okay, so I'll just go and copy that one as well. Now, this Solium Infernum was one of these games that where the development team basically had to sort of... yeah, Battleman's saying, I think 8 is what I'd give it. The free update that came with Warlords was very strong and added a lot to the game. Yeah, there's some stuff in Warlords that I think needs a bit of work, but the last patch fixed the big issue I had. Yeah, war aims and how much. Yeah, I just think it's good. Solium Infernum is there we go. So Battleman's saying it's a 6 for him, but it's Solium Infernum was a game I was so looking forward to this year, and I was so disappointed when the studio actually collapsed. You know, essentially from well, they stopped functioning as a studio, but still kept on working a little bit. So I still have hard just wishful thinking, or whether it actually has got any sort of you know, anything that will happen with it. But I sort of feel that if the owner of the studio can restructure things, they will be able to come back maybe with a more streamlined look at things and actually then continue on development of the game. The game is finished, like it is actually a complete game. There was one DLC that came out as well. In terms of UX UI, I think that 8 is a fair score. Replayability, I would say an 8 is fair there again as well. Gameplay wise, I've got 8.2. I don't know why I put a point. I think that was just to sort of split the difference of different things. I would say I'm just going to put that down as an 8 again, and then the extras I'll say an 8 in this instance as well. And I'm doing this by thinking, did I like it? Did I like the promise of it? And like I've scored this a 7 because of the promise of what will come with Dwarf Fortress. That's always the case. There's a few games like that. A lot of the Paradox games will also start off being pretty crappy scores, and then they end up being very, very good. But in this case, Solium Infernum, I think that's sort of where I would have it. Now, where did you guys put it? You got 6. We've got an 8. Couldn't even get our multiplayer game going with Lucid Tactics. And no, could we? We didn't. We didn't. We sort of nearly did. Give it a 7.5. Yeah, 7 point. I'll make it a 7 from you guys, if that's okay. Original intent's been warned about something. I don't know. Sorry about that with Nightbot. I don't know why Nightbot does that one. Yeah, I'm unsure as to what the go is there. I'll make that a 7 from the gamer score. Factorio Space Age DLC. Now, I didn't play this at all. So I've got no idea. I didn't even ask for it, actually. I don't know what to do about that one. I sort of almost have to wipe that one off the list. Did we do that, or did we just leave it there? Okay, original 10 seconds ago. Just meant I agree with Bubo. Didn't even see your what the problem was that Nightbot flagged. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Nightbot does that sort of stuff. Looks so good, but same, says Renfrisi. Yeah, I've got a friend who plays it and who likes it. I don't know if it's an 8.5. I don't know if it's up in this sort of score. What we might do is we might just, the ones that I didn't play, I'll just put a tilde in front of it, just so we know. But if you guys still have scores for it, let me know. Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Oh, I did a ton of app arrows. There we go. Well, that's ban worthy. Yeah, so Dom UK's going to have to skip. Yeah, okay, well, maybe we just ditch that one entirely, or do we just leave it there? Leave it there as an unknown. Okay, then we've got Distant Worlds 2 DLC. I'll just throw that one in the mix. Control C. Yep, so solid 9. Okay, look, that's the only score we've got, so let's give it a 9 with Factorio. But I'll just put the I'll just put that one back in there. So that was Ditch It, says Dom UK. Well, I can sort of filter out at the end the ones that I didn't actually get to play. So so we don't actually have Factorio. So I'll do I get rid of it? Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of it because we'll be replacing it anyway with other things that I played during the year. So we'll go and we'll just go and delete that row. There we are. All right, we'll do it that way. Distant Worlds 2 DLC. I was so pleasantly surprised by the DLC for this one here. I've got to say that UX UI wise, I think 8 is still a fair score. So I think that's actually good. Replayability, though, I think has now gone up enormously. So I think 7.2 is way too low. I would be going and putting that on equal levels with Gal Civ. So I'd be going sort of 9 in there, personally. Gameplay-wise, I love it, so 9. And then extra, I'm going to go 8. I'm going to keep it on 8.5. I just think for me, it just shaves Gal Civ 4 slightly, but they're very, very, for me, they're right. They should be right at the very, very top of what we have. What did you guys do? We've got 8.5s, we've got 9s, we've got 7s. I think just looking at what we've got through there, 9, 7, 8. We've got more 8.5s and 9s than 7s, so I'll go 8.3. We are. We'll score it that way. But yeah, also think about it in terms of how it compares to some of the other games. As we start to get a bit of a list through here, you can sort of then think, was it better or worse? How did it sort of compare? But in this case, actually, we've got the user experience, user interface does bring Distant Worlds 2 down. Even though so this is where it's interesting actually seeing these little extras that do come back in. So we're extremely close in terms of DLC. So Lewis has got a 7.5 there. Yeah, so Battlemode's saying Distant Worlds 2 is a great game now. That review score it has on Steam is shameful. It's unbelievable, actually. And is it on special at the moment? 50% off. There we are, guys. There we are. We've got 50% off Distant Worlds 2. There we go. That is a good deal, actually. That's a very good deal. So there's your game to buy during the Steam during this process. In fact, Distant Worlds, I just noticed before, Gal Civ 4 was the base game was 50% off. That's also, these are your 2 games to grab in the Steam Christmas sale. How's it now? 70%. God, that's so unbelievably bad. I don't think it helps even just with this. This doesn't promise anything at all about the game. Like, it just doesn't. I don't know why they put this sort of marketing stuff up. This is not what the game is about at all. Like, it's sort of weird. You know, it's very strange. Strange decisions. It's what a strange marketing video, I've got to say, for Distant Worlds 2. Yeah, really got to change that. Right, we've got to change it. Battleman's saying, my main problem with Distant Worlds 2 is just how long it takes to play. I just don't have time for it now. I always do, because I think that there's ways of playing it we can get into the action pretty quickly, and which is with the setups. Yeah, so Battleman's saying, yeah, that video is a big mistake. I just can't believe it. It doesn't reflect the game even slightly. There's it's, you know, like that sort of is almost showing warp lanes and stuff like that. It's just wrong. Even with the actual, in the bridge view of the ships, they don't show the bridge, and I always thought that was a mistake. That's just a ping file, like, you know, and I thought that they should have always done that. See, this next video goes into the actual gameplay, and I think that's what we should be seeing. Gamers don't want to be seeing fluff. They want to see what the game is going to be like. And I think that previous one promises what the game just isn't. So I think that's a mistake. Original Intent saying, could you maybe put a poll on the chat of your top 4 or 5 games? I would be interested in seeing. Yeah, that would be actually good. I don't know if I can see. I'd be interested in seeing the chat vote for best game of 2024. Well, let's go through a bit more and just get down to a list that we can actually put out up there. Maybe when we have a look back at the games that I played, we can then sort of get a bit more of a picture as to what we should be looking at in through there. So anyway, that's like when we go and start doing this stuff in through here. So it's going to be a longish session, guys. Now, Menace didn't come out this year, so Menace is not here. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that or not, but anyway, let's not do the ones that didn't make it. So that one was a game that didn't make it, so we'll ditch that one out of the mix. Headquarters World War II. Now, this is one that when did this one come out? If we have a bit of a look, this is only 10% off at the moment. This is mixed, 69%, so it's just under that 70% range. I really like the idea of Headquarters World War II, but I don't know if the execution, particularly with random maps, is just not there yet. So I'm hoping that they will focus on that rather than DLCs, and they have been now bringing out different DLCs, like they've got Market Garden, they've got the Ardennes coming soon, and these like I wish that they would do more in the AI, to be honest. And so I'm going to go back to Game of the Year. The Game of the Year and through here. The UX UI is good-ish. I'm going to change my score there to 7.5. I don't think it's as good as what I thought it was going to be. Replayability, 6.5, I think is actually fair. Yeah, I think I would keep that there. Gameplay in itself, the actual gameplay itself is, and look, the replayability is lowish for me because the AI is terrible when it plays random maps, and it just needs more work. It's actually getting better. I'll make that a 7. I'll make that a 7. I didn't know the game when I scored this one, but that was sort of what I thought was going to happen. Gameplay wise, I'm going to rate this one a bit lower. I'll say that the actual overall gameplay, it's good, it's very solid, but I'll just make that an 8. I think that the long range artillery is too overpowered in the game. That's one other thing as well. So the balance is poor-ish. I'll make that a 7.5 actually. Thinking about the balance and the extras, I'm going to put that down as a 7 as well. Sorry, I didn't actually put a list in for you guys. Headquarters World War II, I'll just put that in there. I don't know if anyone's got any of those. So Vex is saying that didn't buy it because the troop was better. Umbra Brigade 2. Actually, I don't even know if that's in the list. It may be. Yeah, there it is down the bottom there. Umbra Brigade 2. So we don't have any scores here for you guys. Now, this will take the average. If I leave it blank, it just won't calculate the average out. So that still works out okay. So we can still keep the average in through there. So we don't actually have any scores for that one. That's going to be interesting as well, just to see which one you guys don't score at all, as in you didn't actually play it. So that will be interesting. Master of Magic. Now, this is the Scourge of the Seas DLC. I'll just go and copy that one in. And another game that's not abandoned, but you might as well put it down in that category of being abandoned, I think. I don't know if it's not abandoned. It may still come back. I'm sort of hopeful. 10% off at the moment. I won't open. Actually, that's for the DLC. About for the base game. Come on. And Master of Magic is... so the base for Master of Magic is up 73, so it's sort of up a little bit on what we sort of expect to sort of see. I've played a lot of time with this game. I do enjoy this game a lot, but this one off at all? 40% off. That's actually a good. That's a good price as well. The game isn't abandoned. What it is Muha and Eerie Forest are no longer working on the game. So Slytherin has got the game, but it's sort of like parked. But I don't know what the plans are for it. I'm really hoping that they end up giving it to like an interest group, which is what they've done with a lot of the other war games that they have. They actually end up with like a group that really comes forward and puts in a lot of effort with sort of developing games. And there is I forget his name. It begins with S. There's a modder who worked on the original game for like 20 years, and that is exactly the sort of person that you want to take this game forward. And so I don't know if that would be the case, but anyway, they have supported that modder in the base game, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that with this game here. I would love to see that particular modder in charge of like a community. A community-driven direction for Master of Magic. I think that would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. So, in terms of the scores that we had, UX, UI, there's still problems. I'm going to go 7.5 though, because they did fix some, but they still left a lot of problems for the user interface. 8.5 I think is fair there. With what we've got. Gameplay-wise, I'll keep that an 8, and extras, I'll keep that an 8 as well. So I'll make that into a solid 8 for me. And what about you guys? You've got 7.5, 7, 7, 7.5, 6. So I'll make that a 7 for the community score. All right, so that takes it down to a 7.8 with what we have in through there. Falling Frontier hasn't come out yet, so that one disappears. That's one I am looking forward to. So we'll just delete that row. Zephon came out as well. So Zephon, this is for me. Actually, I'll just go and copy the name. Sorry. So we just get this one coming through. Control C. I'm interested to see actually what people think of it, of this one. Thinking what you guys and also what the score is for this one here for Zephon. 10% off at the moment. That's not really much of a deal. Very positive. There we are. 86%. Wow, that's actually higher than I thought it was going to be. And 88% overall. With good numbers actually coming through. So, okay, so Zephon. Let's go back to it. So, I am actually surprised at those numbers, to be honest. I actually thought that they would be lower, that just because so many people were scathing, thinking it was actually just a rip-off of Gladius, which it isn't. So UX UI, I think I'm gonna make that an 8.5, and replayability. I think the replayability is suspect because of the progress of the game. I think it's higher than. I'll make it an 8. It's not like it's completely random. I'd reserve a 10 for something that just is completely different every time you play it. Whereas, and I look at games, for example, like Gal Civ 4, where it really does play differently depending on the faction that you play. Whereas Zephon is up there, but not completely there. So, and we've got gameplay-wise, I had a 7.8 where I just shaved it off. I think that gameplay-wise, I like it. I'm just going to say an 8 there. Extras, I'm going to go an 8 as well. What did you guys score? We've got a 10. There we go. Chris loves it. Drowse is an 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 7 says battle mode, or 8. 8.5, 6.5 says Voodoo Dog. James, I like the end of game war of the. See, I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that idea because it just means that that's the way it's always going to be, and I prefer that to be different. Hi, Sprocket, how are you going? So look, in that sense, I'm going to have to say that that's scored a 9 out of for you guys. So we'll just go 9 in through there. So that at the moment, that's sort of rated the highest of the of all the games that you guys have played so far. Scramble Battle of Britain. Now this is only in early access at this point in time. So I'll just go and it's got 10% off at the moment. Now Scramble it's sort of hard for me to rate Scramble, to be honest, because it's got very positive there at 94% and 93%, and I can see why. But I can also, there's still a lot of unknowns coming with this particular game. And so if we just go back into here, so I had it scored as the UX UI as 8.5. I'm going to ramp that up to 9 because the interface is incredibly good in this game. So this is an incredibly good game. Replayability is actually, I'm thinking it's better than 7. I'd say it's probably... I'll go 7.5, and the reason that I'm still keeping some of these numbers down low is because we don't really know what the full campaign is going to look like. We just don't know. We've got some snippets of it, gameplay-wise. I'm going to make that also just a 7 because we don't know about the campaign yet. Extra, I'm going to go 8. What did you guys do? Oh, sorry guys, I didn't put the listing in. I'll just do that again. I'll just go and throw that in. I've got to remember to put in the chat what we're talking about. So Video Dog saying replayability is like 2 or 3 in my opinion. It's exactly the same thing every game, isn't it? I don't know what we were talking about there. Was that Zephon? Yeah, look, there's going to be people are going to have very. That's why I like splitting it up into these different categories because some people put a lot of stock in things like replayability. If for me, it's still Zephon. The reason I've got the replayability up at 8 is because you do have the different factions and they do play differently. And it's sort of like in the way that they've done it with the different entities as well. Like so, you've got the factions, but then you've got the 3 different styles. And I think that I would love to see Gladius 2, to be honest, done in the Zephon style. I think that would be awesome. So I can't rate replayability for Zephon too low because there is replayability with the game. So Chris is saying that he loves the drip feed of lore in Zephon that you get. It's fascinating. One thing I love actually with what we're doing here as well is seeing the scores that you guys give the different games because it can be wildly different, and it's sort of funny because we all tend to like the same sort of games, but we do have different takes on stuff. So it's like that was an interesting one to see, like 10s coming through, but also 6.5. So I had to drop the 6.5 out of my thinking because it was a bit of an outlier in terms of the scoring. Anyway, we'll keep on going. So Scramble, no one really has played that game. That's a good game. Like you can see there in the basic scoring, it's actually overall it's a solid game, and also with the community, the way that they've rated it. Just the big unknown with that one at the moment is what's going to happen with the campaign mode. But I really liked playing Scramble. I love it, I absolutely love it. Anyway, that's there. Mars Tactics never came this year. That's a shame. I really was looking forward to that. Keep on saying that was the one that I was looking forward to that no one played. Now Overboss, I never played that one. I have no idea what Overboss even is. I think it's one of those games that I came across it, and then let's have a look and see. I mean, it's just one of those games I never even got to. Mixed. Well, I got that one wrong. 42%. All right, let's forget about that one. Overboss is gone, so that was wildly different to what I actually had. So we'll get rid of Overboss. I think that Scramble will become one of those awesome games. You know, like I think that will be like with what it does. Songs of Six, I didn't play it again. Actually didn't play it, and I wish I had have. Do I leave it in there? Because I never got to it, and it was a game that I meant to play. I'll just put that in there. I'll just because I know that you guys rate this one very, very highly. So I'll leave it in there. I'll leave the score the way it is. There we go. 8 for Songs of Six from Dom UK. 9. Yeah, this is a game I should have played. I'll still keep it in there, and I'll keep the scoring that I've got there. And I don't know why I've put the scoring there, but I'll just I didn't love the look of the game, so I've sort of scored it accordingly. You know, like with what it actually was. We've got 8s. We've got 2 9s, a 7. So Rentrosy is saying I loved it, but didn't play it this year. I'm going to have to get to this game. Okay, let's pop in the score there for Songs of Six at, say, 8.5. Does that be fair? Yeah, so Battle Mode saying I can't get into it, so I won't score it. Barely played it. It looks fun, but something puts me off. I'm the same, actually. I'm exactly the same. I don't know what it is. Just something about the game just don't warm to it. Gyrox is actually giving it a 10. Look, in that case, I'm going to give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 as a user score. There we are. Dominion 6 came out. Now this was for me. This will be an interesting one, actually. I'll just go and place it in here. Is Caves of Cut on the list? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think it is. What we can do at the end is just maybe have a bit of a look and see what games should have been added. So I haven't played Caves of Cud this year, so it won't be in my list of games that I played either. Okay, Dominion 6, there we go. So we've got Dominion 6 is an interesting one. Now what I had the UX UI down as 7.7 because I didn't rate it. But I think they've done such a big job of the UX. I'm going to put that as my own personal score. I think that they've done, like, there's so many helpers now in the user experience and the user interface. I'm going to rate that like a 9. It's like that's dramatically different to what I thought it was going to be. It's so much better than what I thought it was going to be. The UX, and so much work was done in that one. Replayability, I've got 7.5. I think it has to be higher than that as well, to be honest. I mean, I'm even thinking of like the Warhammer mods and stuff like this you got for the game. There's just so much you can do in this game. I'm going to rate that an 8.5. I would tempted to rate that a 9 as well. Then we've got the gameplay. Gameplay is unbelievable. I'm going to rate that. I'm going to have to go high here, guys. I'm going to have to go high. I'm going to have to do 8.5 there again. And in my head, I'm thinking it really should be a 9. It really should be a 9. Actually, I'll make it a 9 because that really should be up there. So we've got that one through there. And then extras, I'm going to keep it on the 9 there, I think. Although that's the first time I've gone that high. Would I rate it higher than Galciv 4 and... We've got an 8.5. I'll make it an 8.5. 8.5. Sorry, I've got a bit of a tickle in the throat. Now, what have you guys scored everything? We've got 8.5s, we've got 11s, 9s, 10s, 7.5, 10, 9. Lewis is saying Dominion 6, I didn't get to play it. I'm not someone that requires eye candy, but the graphics of Dom 6 have kept me away, says Original Intent. Oh, look, please don't, like, there's so much in it. There's so much in it. It's, the graphics, like, once you start playing it, they don't get in your way at all. So, what I'll do here is we've got some extremely high numbers here. I'm going to have to rate that I think I'm going to have to rate that a 10 in terms of what you guys have sort of just on average, you know, like on the median score. I'll make that a 10. That's giving it a solid 9. So that's currently leading as our game of the year. Let's open her up and see how it went. 35% off at the moment, which is a good deal. That's another one. That's another one that must be bought if you don't have it. You've got no choice. It must be bought. Yeah, 95%. There we go, and 90%. So our scoring is about what the community is scoring this thing, and this was so much better than what I thought it was going to be when it did come out, which does reflect the difference there as well. Voodoo Dog saying 6 max, highly overrated, changed my mind. Adrian saying graphics are important too. They are, but if let's just say that if the graphics were improved, and it meant that you went from thousands and thousands of different units down to tens of units, would that be an improvement? And I don't think it would be. So in this case, what they've done, they have worked on the graphics. They have actually changed the graphics to a large degree. They've changed the whole style of the game to a large degree, but they still just use this 2 sprite system, which is why it looks so shitty. But overall, it works in this game as you start to play it, because it's so broad with what you can then go and do in the game. It's just so deep. In terms of a Fantasy 4X, it really is just super, super deep. It was the same. So I need to buy this one. It really is amazing, and it's one of these games. It's difficult to play, like as in it's difficult to learn. So there are some factions that are great to sort of just start the game with, and like there's certain games, for example, like playing as the frost giants of the Norse religions is a good one to play. Playing as Ulm, which is sort of almost like playing as a dwarvish faction, which doesn't really rely much on magic, is a really good way to start learning the game. So there's some ways to learn it, but there's some very, very complex nations as well. So, but it's so replayable. It's unbelievable the amount of scope you have with every single faction. It really is amazing, like just incredible. Okay, so anyway, let's move on, because that one is certainly so far our game of the year. Now, Manor Lords, I didn't play this much at all, and it's sort of funny. This is a game that I really thought I was going to get into, and I just didn't. What have we got there? We've got the 30% off at the moment on Manor Lords. So that one is actually, so if you've got Christmas money, that one might be worth spending. And by all accounts, I'll just go and have a look at the user rating here. I'll just go back and place Manor Lords in the list. There we are. So Manor Lords. So Voodoo Dog saying creating a game and a god is 10 out of 10. The gameplay is just a monotonous click fest of moving troops to the front, in my experience. Yeah, look, and again, everyone will have different ideas. So we've got this Manor Lords. Now, I didn't play it much. The UX UI, I'm going to probably, like, just from what I've seen, I'd probably rate that higher. Replayability, I'll still put that at 7.5. Gameplay 8. Extras, I'll say 8 there as well. So I'll just go, that will be my score. What have we got there? There's a RimWorld DLC missing, isn't there? I'm not sure. Well, there's also Age of Wonders. Oh, there's Age of Wonders down the bottom there. So I've got that one through there. RimWorld, I'll put those sorts of games in. Like I will go back and put those games in. So don't fear, we will actually get there. So Manor Lords is 8. It says battle mode 8 there through there as well. Yeah, it's early access. It looks good though. The things that are changing. I'll put the gamer score there is 8. Okay, Field of Glory Kingdoms also came out. Now this is I'll just go across and copy that one in and put that in the chat. Fog Kingdoms, and if we just go back across and have a look and see what this one's got. So this is 20% off at the moment for Field of Glory Kingdoms. So this one is rated at 93% and 82% respectively. This is such a deep game. It's one of these things that's a little bit funny one. The UX UI is, I still think it needs work, to be honest. I think that there's too much hidden from the gamer, So I've got 6.5. I think that's way too low. I'm going to go 7.5 in there for the UX and so the user experience and user interface for me is still not. It still hides too much from the player, and it's a shame because the game has got such an incredible depth underneath it. You know, like that where there's so much stuff hidden away that you don't really get to see it all that clearly. And when you do start to sort of play it, you really you don't even realise that there's all these mechanics in play that are affecting different things based on stuff that's happening in neighbouring provinces and all sorts of different things. It's got like a simulation aspect to it with the choices that come up, and that is something that the game doesn't do a good enough job of showing you that it's doing that. And I think if it did, I think people would be blown away by just how deep it actually is. Replayability wise, I've only given it a 7.2. I'm going to make that an 8 up through there. Gameplay is excellent. I think 8.5 is good there. 9 for me. I'll probably change that to an 8.5 just because I still think that there's still some work that could be done on that game. Is the UX UI too low? I'm mainly thinking of the, in this case, the user experience more than anything. I'll keep it there. And you guys, what have you got? You got a 9. You got Lewis is saying Fog is amazing. Yeah. We got an 8. We got a 9. So Drowse is saying not a big fan of the graphics either. If they had attached the combat, I would have given it a 10. Yeah. So, but 8 is best for me. Yeah. I think that playing it with Field of Glory Medieval is incredible. But we're looking at just Kingdoms in this instance. So I think that on average we're looking at like an 8.5. So I think we'll do an 8.5 as the gamer score for that one. 20% off at the moment, which is not a great special. Like I tend to look for things that are, I tend to try to find things that are 50% or more. But I mean, Dominion's being 35% off, I think was a good deal, just because it's such a good game. Songs of Silence. Let's have a look at that. I'll just copy that one in as well. And then we'll talk about this one. I always get this one confused with the other ones. So I just want to make sure I get the right game. 34% off. Yeah, so this is a game I didn't play as much of as I thought I would. And the reason I didn't was because the random maps aren't as random as I thought they would be. So this is 77%, 80%. This is sort of what we're seeing through here. It's an auto battler, which I like the idea of. But I didn't play a lot of it. And it's a game that I sort of, I would have liked to have played more. It reminded me of Brigandine. I thought it was going to be sort of like a more random version of Brigandine, but it actually wasn't that either. So Battlemode's saying a 9. Solid game, excellent combat system. For me it's not quite there. Like it's just not quite up there. So what did I have? I had 8.2 for the user experience. I think I'm going to have to go 8.5 with the UX. The replayability, I see that I've rated the replayability down fairly low, but I'll make that say a 7.5. The gameplay, I think, is as an 8. I think that score for me is fair. So what have you guys got? You've got 9. Is Battlemode the only one that's played it? Songs of Conquest. Yeah, no, it's okay. All right. So what's your Songs of Conquest score then? Because I think it's for me the gameplay. Actually, is even this too high? Is even this too high? The UX, it did look good. It did look good. Replayability wise, I did have it a bit lower. Gameplay, it was basic. I'll make that a 7, and I'll make that a 7. Yeah, there we go. So what have you guys got? You guys have got an 8. The art style is nice. It is very nice. Battlemode's got a 5. Boring didn't do it for me. 7.5 with Hugh. I'll make it a 7 for you guys in that case. It's an okay game. Like it's. Did I miss Stellaris Nexus? I never played that one. Sorry. I must have skipped over that one. I must have pressed enter. Sorry, Stellaris and the Stellaris DLCs. I'll just call them the DLCs plus DLCs, and we'll go back and do this one here. Now, I don't play Stellaris because I just don't have time to do it. And but one thing I was interested in is the Cat's saying, please tell me you have played Fallen Lords Condemn. I've never heard of it. I don't know anything at all about it. So so Stellaris. Now Stellaris is interesting because if I just go back and it's got 30%, 33% off. Oh, hang on, this is Nexus. This is different again. This is different again. This one was a completely different game. I don't even have Stellaris in here. Let's have a look at Nexus, and then we'll have a look at the some of the others. Hang on, just go and just see how this one rated, because I'm not sure how this one actually did in the end. I didn't play it. This is very positive, 92%. Wow, maybe I should play it. Yeah, I never got to it. I really can't really rate it because I just didn't even look at it. Yeah, it's a board game style game. It's the same game. They dropped the Stellaris name to avoid confusion. Oh, okay, it's just Nexus. Yeah, okay, so it's just Nexus. Yeah, because it's not Stellaris at all. Yeah, so Stellaris, don't know, never played it. Let's just go back with Stellaris itself. So if we go back to, now Stellaris, if we go and do it, I'll just do a search for Stellaris. And we'll have a bit of a look, because there's some interesting news with Stellaris. Now this is 90% off. This is a very good deal. And again, we'll look at the sort of ratings. We've got 90%, 88%. So we've got very, very high ratings for Stellaris. But one of the things that they did was, there's actually a news article that they brought out just recently. They're looking for feedback from the community about how to make the game better, and I think that's a great thing for them to do. So I'll put in what I think based on what I know of the game. I haven't played it for such a long time, but I think it has to be rated very highly. So the user experience, this is just now looking at Stellaris. I will actually just go back and grab this one here and copy that one back into this other side. There we are. And so with Stellaris, I think that the user experience, user interface has to be rated high. I'll say 8.5. I haven't played it for a long time. Replayability, I think, is improving, so I'll go 8.5 there as well. Gameplay wise, I don't love it personally, so I'll say 7.5 there. But I think that will improve. Extra, I'll keep it on 8. What have you guys scored it? 7.5, 7.5, 6.9. Michael, that's very, very specific. Voodoo Dog's got an 8, 6. So Dom UK saying it's okay, but they're better 4Xs. It's the same game, Daz. Yeah, that was the one we were talking about. Stellaris 7 for me. My 7.5 changed my score, says Chris. So what have we got there? We've got mainly 7s now, haven't we? We've got an 8. We've got 6. I'll go 7. I'll keep it at 7.5, I think. There was a 0, wasn't there? Battle Mode put a 0 there. I'll go 7. We'll put a 7 in there. There we are. All right, so Songs of Silence we've done. Capital Command. This one here is one that was... These are all coming games, so I don't know what these ended up being like. Capital Command, how did we go with that one through there? No user review, so it's coming soon. Hooded Horse, another Hooded Horse game. God, they've got some good games. All right, so that doesn't count, so we'll ditch that one. Delete the row. Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks. So I did play this one. I'll just go and open that one up. This is a Microprose game, 20% off at the moment. Just get rid of those. Okay, so now this one was mostly positive, like 73%, and then mixed 58%. So it's over 50%, but it's not rating very highly. I found this one an interesting game. It's sort of, it was, if you're into building things, it was quite good fun. it wasn't really a combat game, but it did actually have like a meta game for the wars that your tanks were then fighting, but you didn't actually get to fight in them, which I think would have been great. So that would have made it sort of like a much better game. Sorry, I should have. If I go to, I should just copy this one just in case you guys have played it. Okay, that one's through there. So Cal Liver is saying, where can I view the Game of the Year Excel sheet? I don't actually have it shared at this point in time, guys. It's just a working sheet that I've got at this point in time. Just going through. This is from previous years. Like I did my 2023 Game of the Year from here, and then we're now just going through the upcoming games of 2024, and just now in hindsight looking at these, and then we'll go through the new games that came as well that we didn't quite get to. So it's going to be a long session. In fact, yeah, we've already been going an hour now. What I should do is do giveaways at certain times. I've got some games to give away, so we'll finish off. Let's do this one, and then we'll do a marble run and get the marble run done, and then we'll sort of go from there again. So if you guys are into that, so we've got Arms Trade Tycoon tanks. The UX UI was functional. 8 is probably a bit too high. I'll say a 7.5. The replayability was actually not too bad, but I'll still keep that a 7.5 as well. The gameplay 7.5. I'll just put it all at that 7.5, I think. So that was for me. Did you guys do anything? No, you didn't. I'm guessing Shadow Empire will be quite high then. This is Cal Liver. Yeah, it should be. I should have it down in here somewhere. Shadow Empire DLC and updates is down there as well. There's a few of them that actually I did place, but didn't actually put ratings on them. So there's a few of them that are down the bottom here that I haven't actually placed into the list at all. Okay, let's continue on. So there's a lot we can go through. Fragile Existence. Actually, sorry, we'll do a marble run now. So Battlemate is saying Shadow Empire didn't come out. It doesn't matter. It's really just games that were played this year. Like, and certainly so I'm really like I should have said that right at the very, very start. I'm not really looking at games that released this year. I'm looking at games that were like that people play this year, and so it can be old games. And Shadow Empire is still early access, really. And it keeps on improving. So games like Shadow Empire definitely should be in the list. Absolutely should be in the list. So we're looking back at games that were released even a couple of years ago, but still rate them based on what they actually are. Sorry, I'm going to apologise for Nightbot, just for saying, Battle Mode needs to change his name because that is his name is causing Nightbot to start accusing people of shouting, which is not good. So my apologies there about that you're hoping you learnt your lesson. Thanks for doing the marble run early, as I need to jet in about an hour. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go and I'll have to just open up. I'll just make sure this is on a hidden area. So I'll just go and open up my keys that I've got to give away. All right. So I'm going to give away a Glorious Companions key. So I've got a couple of these to give away today. So we'll go and start up a marble run. So I'll just go into here. We'll go and open up Nightbot. Good old Nightbot comes to the rescue. So we'll is it Nightbot that we want to use? Yeah, I think it is. Add to chat. That's different. Yep, that's okay. We're there. All right, there we go. So we've got the various Nightbot things that are in there. So if we go to giveaways, and I'll just use the word win. So we've got the actually, do we even bother with marble run? Let me know. I can actually just get it to choose a winner. So if I go into the settings, keyword giveaway next, and everyone on the same. It's all going to be even. And the word win will be what we use. We'll just click on done. So if you type the word win in, but should I just choose a winner or should we do marble run? Let me know. And let me know in the chat which way you want to go. If I just choose win, it's going to be nice and fast. So 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 Kat's saying I want the giveaway key. There we go. Win, win, win. So we've got one. We've got one with win. If I just do choose a winner, it'll just choose a winner. This is Glorious Companions, which is a game that it's actually got surprising depth. Like it's a game that I was like actually pretty much blown away by just how much depth there actually was to it. I think I'll just choose the winner. I'll just get to choose a win rather than actually rather than do, and then we'll get on with the reviews. Yes, I agree. I think we'll do that. And at the very, very end, we'll probably do a marble run. How about a single run? No, we'll do that at the end. We'll do a marble run at the end. Okay, so there's only 22 of you that are actually eligible. So we'll see who actually gets to get this one through here. And I can't actually whisper in when I'm actually going through with the what am I trying to say? I can't whisper to you in the chat. So I have to get you to email me. So I'll just do it this way. Okay, we've got 24 entries. Here we go. We're going to choose a winner. What I'll do is I'll probably just leave this open, actually, because I might do another one as well. We're going to be going through a fair few games here, so we might do one now, and I'll keep this list open here. So, but you will need to email me. That's the only way I can really get the keys out to you. So if you are a winner, I'll just put my my email address. So it's just daz@daztactic.com. So that's the email address if you are the winner. All right, here we go. So we've got 25 entries at the moment. So choose a winner. The winner is Cow Liver. There we are. So Cow Liver, if you can actually, I'll just see if I can copy that. I don't know if I can actually do anything with that one. Sorry, that's no, it's not going to do it. Hang on, I'll just write it down just so I know that the first one is Cow Liver. Right. Okay. So that's all good. So yeah. So yeah. I can't use this to show you with that one through there. So I'm just going to leave that one there. And so Cow Liver, if you can just email me. So then that will actually be, I will then get that out to you later on today. So that's the first one done. Great. Okay, so that's the keyword giveaway. Let's just leave this open. And so we've got winner next to Cow Liver there. We'll leave this open and just over when we come to the next one, people can just type win in again, and we'll just keep it going. Right. So back to Game of the Year. Now, Age of Wonders 4. Now I'm just gonna call this one the DLCs, and I'll just go and copy that one in. Control C. Age of Wonders 4 DLC back and through here. So we've got the with the Age of Wonders 4 DLC. UX UI, I am blown away by this game. This is a 9 for me, a solid 9 in terms of the user experience and the user interface. Each DLC I think has added enormously to this game. I think it's just incredible. Replayability for me is also extremely high. I am biased with this game. I tried last year to actually be a bit more objective, but I just love it. I absolutely love this game. I can't stop playing it. I'm going to go 9 there again as well, and for extra, I'll just say 8. And I don't know why, because if I've got gameplay-wise, I think it's almost perfect. Replayability, maybe replayability, I'll go 8.5, just to be a little bit more, you know, realistic, I guess. So Battlemate's given it a 5. What are you kidding? And the Gyrox has got 6. We've got some 10s, 9s, 8s, 8.4s. So, yeah, so Hugh Davidson, the DLC, it's been the best DLC. I mean, it's Age of Wonders 4 plus the DLCs. The DLC has been the best. I'm gonna change my extra score to 8.5. Actually, it really is just an incredible what they've done with such a lot of DLC. And I was really worried that they were going to screw it up, because there's just so much that came. But every single DLC was unbelievably good. Like, it was just unbelievably good. And so so I think that does warrant being right up there with that one through there. So looking at the overall averages, I'm going to have to say 8.5 from the community there, I think. And I keep on coming back to games that I would consider benchmarks, like with, looking at sort of the scores as to how things sort of, go. This one stacks up against, for example, Gal Civ with its DLCs. I do think it's better than Gal Civ, so I think that's a fair rating. Distant Worlds, it's better than Distant Worlds as well. So it's things like that. When Dominions. Dominions is actually winning at this point in time. But, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Anyway, let's continue on. Fragile Allegiance didn't come out, so this one is still on its way. So this is, if you have a bit of a look at this one, I'm really looking forward to this. 2025, another Hooded Horse game. This looks incredibly good. Anyway, we're not looking at these games at this point in time. So we'll just go back to Game of the Year. Fragile Existence disappears. Now the big one. One of the big ones. Delete row. Okay, Homeworld 3. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, let's go and look at this one here. Homeworld 3, Control C. Now, I've got to admit, I didn't play Homeworld 3, but I did play the demo. I downloaded the demo. It was a massive demo. It was so confusing. It was so badly done. I didn't bother with the actual base game. If we have a look at Homeworld 3 and open her up, it's got 50% off at the moment. I wouldn't buy it. I just don't think it's a good game. In fact, you can see there, look at this, mostly negative, 38%. This is unbelievable. And then 49%. It was such a mess to play just a demo. And I was so looking forward to this. I really thought this was just going to be an incredible game, and I just never got to it. We got -10 and -3. But I'm not saying I didn't play it, so I can't give it a score. I'm going to still rate it, even though I didn't play the base game. It's just such a such a mess. The user interface, I'm going to have to rate that a 3. The replayability, I never really got to it. I'll put it as a 5. Gameplay, not sure. I'll keep that as a 5 as well, and I'll make that a 4 in through there. So what are you guys rating it in the negatives? I'll rate it a 0 in terms of what you guys actually rate it. So that was such a disappointment. That's possibly the biggest disappointment of the year, I think. It's a game that people were so looking forward to, and then it just didn't show up. It just didn't actually eventuate. So that's a massive drop down from where the previous one was. Frostpunk 2. Okay, so Frostpunk 2, let's have a quick look. I didn't play this one, but I think this one rated fairly well, actually, from what I had seen. This is a game that I had meant to play. Yeah, mostly positive, 76%, 84%. I really can't rate this one because I just didn't play it. I'll keep my score there. I'll just put it in just in case you guys score it. There we go, Frostpunk 2. So yeah, okay. So Christmas then saying Homeworld Remastered was awesome though, and Richard Phillips saying guaranteed was made by clueless millennials and all the old nerds had nothing to do with it. Somebody was saying, oh, I don't think it was. I thought they brought back like old people to actually work on that, and it just ended up being absolute shit. Silverclaw saying wasn't that fussed about the change in how they presented the story, but the combat clearly wasn't working from what I saw at launch. Yeah, I don't think they've really fixed it. No, I don't think so. I think it's just was so broken. And Cian Sand saying I'll watch the recording later on the big screen. I can't make out the spreadsheet on my phone. Oh, well, sorry about that. Look, let me see if I can change some things here. Does that make it better? That's hopefully that will make it a little bit better in through there. So you can sort of, does that make it better for you guys? Can you sort of see it a bit more clearly? I should have done that at the start, sorry. Sort of zoomed in so you can sort of see what's happening. We only really need to be looking at pretty much at this here, really. I do need this at the back end here, so I can zoom it even more up. There we are. That's about as much as I can zoom it, I think. So I'll do it that way. So Frostpunk 2, we've got 8s, we've got 7s, rated a 7. Okay, so I'll do a 7.5. do it that way. So, so Richard Phillips is saying Frostbank 2. Frostbank 2 was a huge departure from the original. It was way more complicated and like an actual city builder. Oh, okay, yep. Now, Ancient Arenas Chariots never made it. This is actually funny because this is a game I'm really looking forward to. I'll still just open her up and see if there's any information. Coming soon. This is Quad Rigger. Quad Rigger was an awesome game back in the day, but this is essentially a 3D, more modern take on Quad Rigger with a lot of management. I'm really looking forward to this game, but it didn't come this year, so that's not going to be showing on our list. It was Ancient Chariots. Delete row. Okay, so second front. Now second front. I'll just the Bully Beef update. That was sort of on its own. Let's just copy that one in. So Catson saying I must go buy medicine for my cat. Happy New Year, and please try Fallen Lords one day. If I just keep on reminding me, I'll keep on trying to get to it. Now, don't worry so much about the update. Let's just make it second front as what we're looking at, because a lot of these we're just really considering the base game more than anything. I mean, the adventure mode was disappointing with Dwarf Fortress, but Dwarf Fortress itself was certainly a good game. Okay, so second front back into here. With what we actually have, we get rid of that one. Second front back in this other side. This will be for the that's 30% off at the moment. So I think it was mainly just an update. The British are coming soon. Okay, that's old, I think, old information. Yeah, so second front, 30% off at the moment. And then there's it's for me, this is an entry-level war game. And the reason I like this game is because it does have complexity to it. It does have very wargamey sort of style, combat and also calculations. But it looks cool. So it actually it's approachable for people who haven't really ever gotten into wargaming before. So it's sort of, for me, it sort of works in that sort of niche. So I've got UX UI. I've got 8. I probably would have to rate that one lower. I think I'd make that a 7. Replayability, I've had that as a 5.5. I'll make that a 6. Gameplay wise, 7.5. Extra, I'll make that a 7.5. I'll just rate it a little bit tighter. But if you guys have played it, okay, we didn't score Dwarf Fortress on the fort mode though. I'd have given it a 10. Yeah, maybe should we do that? Should we actually put Dwarf Fortress in as an actual fort mode, because that's still, like, they're still making changes to it. So I think, to be fair, we should do that. I'll put Dwarf Fortress down in my list of things down at the bottom here. Just Dwarf Fortress on its own, because that really should be considered. Now, does that one have... No, we don't have all of the calculations in through there. But we can do it. Actually, when we come back down, what I'll do is I'll just go and grab... Oh, hang on. It's going to be a little bit more complex. What I might do is I might just copy these into the mix. Oh, hang on, these are all going to be a little bit off. I've still got like yeah, I'll copy these in and we'll just fix it all up. So Control C, paste. That work? Nope. All right, let's now put those in. Copy it over the top. Control Z. All right, I'll do it from... I need to copy and insert. Not sure how to do it in this. Insert shells and shift down. Did that work? No. Oh, hang on. Yes, it did. All right, we need to keep on doing that. No, that still didn't work. Okay, no, forget that. Oh, yes, no, it sort of is. No, it's actually just doing that one thing. That's all right. I'll just go Control Z through there. If I'll ditch this one. Sorry, I'll just delete these. Insert row above. Yeah, I wanted to get these as well. That's what I wanted to actually go and get. Insert row above. So I can actually put more in. Got a lot of work to do, guys. A lot of work. So this is actually how I was rating my. I did a whole series of videos at the start of the year on games of the year and stuff like that. How are we going there? Let's just go and Control X, and then Control V. Oops, that's still covered up the last one. Still need to do more. How much do we need to do beyond that? Still a lot. Okay, so let's just go and insert row above. I'll just go and doing heaps of these. Maybe we only bring in the ones that we know that we want to look at. Yeah, there's a lot of these that I do want to bring in. Look, I'll bring them all in, then we'll just ditch the ones that that we don't want. Control C. Hopefully we've got enough space. Control V. Nope, I still don't have it. Damn it. Okay, we're close though. Too many games. There we go. All right, that's got it. Okay, so we can sort of add games into this listing through here as we do it. Let's just go and get rid of these now because they don't need to be there anymore, and then we can still sort of just keep on with our ratings. Okay, so we got up to second front. ARA History Untold. Now I got it, but I didn't really play it much. Is this one on special? 40% off at the moment. Let's have a look and see what people thought of this one here. Mixed. Wow. So that's not for a city builder. That's actually pretty poor. I'm going to have to I'll just reflect that one. I just didn't get into it. Didn't get to it actually. So I'll say 6.5, but not for any real reason. Replayability, I'm assuming it won't be that much. Gameplay, I'll go 7.5. Extras, I'll just go say 7. I'll just leave it at that for me. Okay, Battle Mode saying ARA is good. Again, I can't rate that one for work reasons, but I think it's going to be an excellent game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, it just didn't really. It's historical 4X is Battle Mode. Okay, so it's not a city builder as such. It's still got that sort of mix to it though. So anyway, that's. So all right. So I didn't actually. Does anyone want to rate that one? Should I put that down as the just so we can actually go and grab it down that way? I'll put it down in the list just so that you can actually. Yeah, we got Voodoo Dog as a 5. So we've got so I'll include that 5 there for ARA. So we've seen so many games this year that looked quite interesting and never stuck the landing. This and Millennia, yeah, Millennia as well. Yeah, that was a big disappointment. So I think you can select a bunch of empty lines. They will be copied. Yeah, I tried that and it just wouldn't do it. Would not do it. Now, did I do... so for ARA, I should actually check these as well a little bit, but I won't really worry too much about... I've got like turn-based, real-time, auto battlers, so I can I've got filtering systems in through here as well, so we can sort of filter by different things. Brian saying, Dad, I wish my university professors graded like you. I used to lecture at university, and to be honest, this is how I used to do it. I used to figure out what the different categories should be, and it took no time at all. Like, and I used to even have like all the comments depending on what it was. You know, like if it was middle of the road replayability, that I'd have like a little statement I could copy paste in and just change a few of the words. Shouldn't say that actually, but it allowed me to because when you're doing lecturing and that, when the actual the marking is such a pain in the ass, so you need systems to do it. So yeah, I had built myself a little database actually to do it, to help with it anyway. Okay, so ARA, we've got a 4, we've got a 5. I'll say a 4.5 in that case. Yeah, I don't think it's, I don't know, I don't think it's a great game. Just, based on the fact that it's even launched with that sort of score is not good. Tactical Breach Wizards. This is a game, again, I was really looking forward to. I've tried to contact this developer so many times about different games, and they just don't respond. And I don't know why. Because I love their games. And it's Tactical Breach Wizards, I think, is rates fairly highly. But I haven't played it because they never got back in contact with me. So 20% off at the moment. It's overwhelmingly positive, 98%, 97%. It looks incredibly good, like amazingly good. I never got to actually play it. Hi ZXM, how you going? So Dominic is saying now you could use ChatGPT to tell me how to. Yes, exactly. ChatGPT is. I'm gonna pay for the actual, the $20 a month one, because it's like that. It looks great, and I'm thinking of trying to learn how to actually make agents for ChatGPT. I think that'd be a very, very interesting thing. This looks such a good game. Such a good game, and the fact that the rating it's got is very, very high. But as I say, I wrote a couple of times to the developer. I just never ever hear back from this developer. I don't understand it. I've done that, and over the years I've done it as well, because they've got some great games, like some really amazing games, but they just will not respond, and I don't understand. They seem to respond to other people, just not me. So I'm on some sort of blacklist. I'm going to go UX UI. I'll put in what I think the rating should be. So I'll go 8.5 in through here. Replayability, I still think this is suspect. I'll go 6 because it's not random maps. Gameplay, I'll keep it 8.5. I'll keep the extras 8.5 as well. I'll just keep it there. Hugh David's got a 9 through there. That's the only one that we've got, so I'll put the 9 in through there. So there's Tactical Breach Wizards. Armour Brigade 2, here we go. This, for me, I've got to say, was... I'll just put this in, sorry, before we do it. They saw you letting your chatters die in Dwarf Fortress and blacklisted you. I don't know what it is. I would love to know what it is that why they do not respond. It's just because I love their games, and I'm so impressed with what they do with their games, but just they will not respond, and that's just funny. And it's not just now. It's been for years and years. Now, Armour Brigade 2. This is a real surprise packet for me. Let's just go 40% off. Wow. Okay, this is one of the games you should be looking at 40% off. This is Dan is very positive, 87%. I think that's a fair rating for this sort of game, for this sort of war game. This blew my mind, I've got to say, this year, and I wasn't expecting anywhere near as good as what it was. And so let's just go back and have a look at the actual numbers that we've got for this one here. So I had 7 for the UX UI. I have to say that's actually now wildly under what it actually is. It still could be better, but overall it's very, very good. So I'm going to go 8.5 for the UX and the UI. Replayability is through the ceiling on this game. Like this is a game where you can, like, they've brought all the DLC packs into the base game, and so you've got all these different maps you can play on. And you then build your campaign dynamically through real-world maps. So what was I thinking at 6.5? Like, that's just ridiculously stupid. This is another 8.5. I can't believe that I actually rated it this low. I just can't believe it, because this is a great game. Gameplay-wise, I'd say 8.5 there again as well, to be honest. It's sort of... the thing I was concerned about with, and I do stick by my score for gameplay, and I thought that we were only going to get one map. I didn't realise we were going to get like 7 maps. So there were reasons that I gave this sort of score, but I thought this might be one of these games that ends up being better than what I thought it was going to be. But I was sort of thinking it wasn't going to be anywhere near as good, and so but in this case, the actual gameplay, when I analysed what I could see on the screen, it still works in terms of like pixels or squares, and so a unit has to go into an actual square for it to operate. And I thought that was going to make it really, really clunky. I was expecting a really shitty 3D version of the original Armour Brigade, which I really enjoyed. But it's not that at all. It's actually extremely well done. And so, yeah, 8.5. I almost feel like these numbers are too low. Gameplay. Again, comparing it to, I can't give it a 9. So I'll keep it at 8.5, just comparing it to Age of Wonders. Armour Brigade 2, for the extra, I would say 8.5 again. It's really excellent. So what have you guys rated it? You got a 10 from Lewis, an easy 9 from Dave, 8.6, 8.5. I think it's got to be a 9. So we'll give that a 9. So that has dramatically gone up from what it was from what I thought was going to be there. So that I was expecting that to be very, very different. So anyway, that's cool. Then we've got Breachway. Breachway came out fairly recently, and I haven't played a lot of it, but it is interesting. So let's have a look and see what it's got. 30% off at this stage. 40% off for Armour Brigade 2 is good. So Dave Flute's saying, why don't they put procedural generation in second front? Yeah, I know. It's sort of it would work well for that game. Like, it would actually work very, very well. So yeah, those are the sorts of things I just don't understand. So Breachway is mostly positive, 75%, 81%. I think that's fair in this one here. Another Hooded Horse game. It's not going to be their best game. It's sort of a bit of a card battler as well. It is a good game though. It is a very, very good game. So this is a game I do want to play more of. It only came out in September. Let's have a look and see what the score was. Did I? Yeah, put Breachway in there. Okay, so Serenity's saying, I'm confused. When I look at Armour Brigade 2 on Steam, it doesn't release until 2025. This is... Let me have a look. That's what it says. Oh, that's saying, that's the original Armour Brigade. Where's Armour Brigade 2? Sorry, that's 40% off for Armour Brigade 1. No, don't get Armour Brigade 1. Don't get Armour Brigade 1. Get Armour Brigade 2. Does it show us Armour Brigade 2? It didn't. It mustn't have had a Armour Brigade 2. Oh, it's released though, isn't it? Oh, I know what it is. Sorry, Armour Brigade 2 can only be brought from the Matrix store at the moment, and so it will be coming in 2025 in I think February, either January or February, I believe, is when this will then come to Steam. If you buy it from the Matrix store now, you will get a Steam key when it does release on Steam. Sorry, that's what it is. So it's released on it has released on Matrix, just not on Steam at the moment. I'll just go and copy that one in, because this is an incredible game. Like, this really is an amazingly good game. So if you either want to wait for January, February to pick it up from Steam, you can do so, but you can go and grab it from here as well. So you can grab it from Matrix and play it now, and then get a Steam key when it's time. So that one that's not on special. So forget what I said about it being on special. It's not the one that we thought. So anyway, continue on. Breachway. UX UI, I'd say that's a 7. I'll go replayability, say a 7. I'll just keep it on 7s. And Breachway, no one really put the score in there, so that's actually all okay. It's on the Slytherin website, exclusive this, yes. And they're still patching it and doing things like that as well, but it is it is really like in terms of maybe even a coming game for Steam. It's very, very good, like extremely well done. And the fact that you get all of the DLC content from the original game as well is just a big, big bonus. Like that's just, there's so many maps in Armour Brigade 2. You'll never find something different to play with it. Like it's got sort of like the lakes of Finland, for example. It's got different things to do with the time of day will change the maps. The time of the year will change the maps as well. Certain things will freeze over, other things won't. It's very, very well done. So Armour Brigade 2 really is an exceptional game. All right, so Alliance of the Sacred Sons. Now, I don't know if I've played that one. So I can't remember it. $2025. Okay, let's forget about that one. Yeah, that one's one that I was looking forward to. This one, I just haven't come across it. So Alliance goes. Delete row. Warside. I don't remember this one at all. $2025 as well. So that's a Advanced Wars. That looks good. I'd be looking forward to this one, I've got to say. Don't know if it's with a single story campaign and a built-in map editor. Yeah, so unfortunately there's no random maps. I would love these to have random maps, but they don't. They never do, these sort of games. So that one can go as well. Delete row. Millennia. Okay, so this is one of these disappointments of the year, really. 50% off at the moment. They did try to improve it, but even from, I shouldn't really talk about beta testing and things like that, but I didn't, like the beta test for me, I didn't love the game in beta testing, and there's a lot of people that didn't, you know, like there was a few of us that didn't. A lot of people did like it, but a lot of people didn't, and it was just little things, like I hate the font in this game, just stuff like that really just turns me off. So I just found it, I just didn't warm to it. And it's one of these games, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It was just that when I was playing in the beta, the font drove me crazy in terms of just the overall look of it. It didn't reflect, it's a very American approach, I found, to doing typography in games. And it annoyed me. It felt like it should have had more of a European feel to it, and it just didn't. And it just, it's sort of funny to sort of say that, but it felt too Americanized for my aesthetics. And it's a weird thing to say that, and it's not a negative. It's just that it's certain games feel good when it's done that way, and other games for me just don't. And this game just didn't feel like it, because America's like Australia. It's a young country in terms of development and so on and so forth. And so when I find things are using a style that's sort of from there, it really just doesn't work for me. Sorry, I haven't put the list up, but I'm guessing you guys are just putting in the scores for Millennia there anyway. Yeah, so Voodoo Dog saying Millennia is a 10. If you think it's a disappointment, you didn't play it enough. I didn't play it enough, and in the end, I just didn't enjoy it, and I didn't enjoy the aesthetics of it. That was actually for me what the problem was, and it's sort of, I gave that feedback, and then I stopped playing the beta, and then I did play the beta before release, but I've just found it was still the same aesthetics. So just for me, it just didn't work from a OCD graphic designer perspective. I just didn't like it. So UX UI, I'm going to keep my 7 there. Replayability, I'll make that a 7. I'll just keep it a solid 7 all the way through. What did you guys rate it? You guys rated it a 6.2, a 4, a 5, a 3, a 10. So we got some outliers there. So if we split the difference, I think, and we put it down as a 5. I'll put a 5 in there. It's a shame because it had some interesting ideas. I've got to say, I never really liked games that go through eras. And even though that had a different take on the eras, it still was not something that I really was all that into. yeah, Battle Mode saying Millennia and ARA are both very promising games that need more development time. Let's have a look at those. I mean, it would be interesting to go back through all of the various empire building games, particularly the ones that go through eras, and even the ones that don't, and really look at just how successful they are. And really, the only one that is Civ. I can't think of another one that people ever warmed to, and so it's funny. Like, you know, you even look at games like even the critically acclaimed games like oh god, what is it? There's a Hooded Horse game that is an empire builder as well. It doesn't go through eras, and I applaud it for that because I hate eras. Absolutely hate them. Now, Light No Fire, no idea what this game is. What happened in here? To be announced, so that one's still coming. No idea what that one is, so that one didn't actually make it this year. So Light No Fire can go. Delete the row. Imperium's Rise of Caesar. Now, I didn't play this one much either. I find these games, this 29% off, that's very specific. I will actually put this one down so that you guys can rate this one. This is Rise of Caesar. Old World, yeah. See, Old World is the game I was thinking of. Old World is the one that actually is critically acclaimed, but still doesn't rate that well, which is sort of funny because that one really had the pedigree behind it to actually do well, but it just didn't. Yeah, it's a fantasy version of No Man's Sky. That's the previous one we just ditched with Light No Fire. Okay, so yeah, so I didn't actually play that one. Rate Imperiums though, says Battle Mode. Yeah, it's this is one that I love the idea of Imperiums. I really love the idea of it. And so we've got Rise of Caesar. It's positive, but there's not very. You can see there's only 17 reviews. This came out in February, which is a bit of a shame, really, because I really like the developers. They're really nice people, and they've got the makings of a game that I think works, but it just, for me, it just doesn't gel right for me. And even the base game as well. It's a game I would love to love, but I always rage quit when I play this game. Now, the whole bundle is 67% off at the moment. If you go into Greek Wars, which is the base game, you need the base game to be able to play this one. What's that off at the moment? That's 69% off. God, they're specific with their with what they give, with how they're doing it. That's a good one through there. And what does this one rate? This is very positive. So 84% through there. These are not easy games to play, and they sort of are until you've lost, but you've already lost 30 or 40 turns before you even find out that you've lost. So that's annoying, and that's probably the biggest problem I have with this game is that aspect, is you don't know you're losing until well after when you've lost. It's sort of like it's all of a sudden you find it. Oh God, I'm so far behind. There's no way I can get back from here. So in Battle Mode saying Imperiums is the best economy, trade, and diplomacy in all 4X games. Wish more people looked at Imperiums. You do need to read the manual. You do indeed. So have you got Dune Spice Wars on that list? I hope so. I should have it. If it's not, it will come up in the in my list of played games. So that will get into the list no matter what we do. Now I've still got like normally I'd be sort of winding up now, but I know this is going to be a long session, and I can actually play for still a couple more hours. I'm not play, but I can do this for some time. So this is going to be a long video. So my apologies if you're hoping for something short and sharp. I'll probably do a summary as to where we ended up as a separate video, but we're just going through looking at all this stuff. So Imperiums, backing through there. No one really put a score there, so I won't put a score there. I'm gonna probably just go 7. Replayability, I'll go 7.5 because I don't find that replayability. Gameplay wise, I'll go 6, and I'll go extra 6 there. So I'll rate that one fairly highly. Broken Arrow hasn't come out yet, so that's actually coming out soonish. So that will be next year. So let's not worry about that one. June 2025. This is looking good. I don't love what I've played of it so far, but I'll just get rid of it from this list. Delete the row. Men of War 2. I didn't play this. Did anyone else play it? I'll just pop it in the list. So Michael's saying, hey, I'm on holidays, go for it. Okay, so yeah, so we've got Men of War 2. I'll just pop it in there in case you guys played it. Let's have a look and see what the actual user ratings are. 35% off at the moment. I thought this one did pretty well, actually. No, it's mixed. Wow. 64%, 53%. Look, I'll just reflect that, I think. Yeah, so Chris is saying, yeah, there's a void between Christmas and New Year's Eve. Take as long as you like. There we are. So, okay, so no one's putting in any ratings for Men of War. I'll put that one down as, say, I'll say a 6. I'll just put 6s all the way across there and nothing in there. So I'll just leave it at a 6. Heart of the Machine. What was this one? This one came out as a demo, so it hasn't released yet, I don't think. This is a Hooded Horse game as well, coming out in February. Looks very, very good. I really enjoyed the demo, I've got to say. Very different type of game. Very different type of game. So we'll leave that one as well. We'll ditch that one. So that is Heart of the Machine. But I did enjoy the demo of that one a lot. Cuba Quest, Castlecraft. No idea what this is. To be announced, still not there. Okay. Let's just ditch these. Delete row. Then we've got Romance of the Three Kingdoms remake. Did that come out? Mixed. Look, I'm thinking that let's ditch it from our list, I think. It looks like a story-driven thing. I can't see that being a positive. 50%, 55%. Let's just get rid of it entirely because we don't know anything at all about it. These were all, now we're getting down into the games that I didn't really rate much at all. Well, I didn't play, but I sort of had them on my list. Hexen Hunters. So we'll just ditch them out of our list. Another Hooded Horse game. Now this is, yeah, I don't think I've played anything at all with this one, but this one's coming this year, so I will, of course, try it, but I don't know what it's going to be like. Terminator, Dark Fate Defiance. Okay, this one did come out this year. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm going to put this one down as in the list. I thought, I'm going to go through this one because I'll just put this one down. Hang on, just Control V. So my anticipation for this game was extremely low. I had a UX UI down at 6.5. I had replayability down at 4.5. I had gameplay down at 6.5, and I had extras down at 6.5. That was my scoring. Extra, by the way, is just like a random sort of, not a random, but almost like an anticipation type score. But this was incredibly good. Like this game, and before I even look at what the ratings are, I'm just going to go now and re-rate how I found playing this game. I would say that the UX UI was actually an 8.5. It was very, very functional, the way it sort of worked. Maybe an 8, maybe an 8.5. Replayability, it didn't have great replayability, but it did have replayability in the sense that it was like a puzzle game. You needed to sort of figure your way through different maps, and there were different ways of actually doing them. So I'll make this one, say, a 7 with replayability. The gameplay was incredibly good and incredibly immersive with the way it worked. So I'd rate that, say, an 8 as well, like up that sort of way, maybe even an 8.5. It was really, really well done. And then the extras, I'd rate that an 8.5 as well. This was such a good game. And I was so wildly off in my anticipation for it. There we go. Michael's saying an 8.6 overall for him. I think this is a game I couldn't record it well. Like my computer just wouldn't play it well. But I've really thoroughly enjoyed playing this game when I have played it. It's You have to play very slowly. Yes, you do. You really do. This is a great game, and it deserves to be sort of up near the top. And I had it way down at the bottom because I really wasn't expecting anything like it. You know, I thought it was going to be like the Commando style game that was what's it called? The Stargate game. I hated that game, and I thought this was going to be more of the same, but it really wasn't, and it was so well done. And I often find that games that end up being built where you've got like a movie studio sort of sitting on your shoulder, they'll destroy the game, and they didn't in this case. Like the Terminator Dark Fate Defiance really was so well done. So we've got 8.6. Let's make it 8 in through there for the user, for the gamer's score, the community score. So, but yeah, that was a game that I was super impressed with. Ultimately, when it came out, I was actually really not expecting that at all. For what it actually was, extremely well done. It's a very difficult game to play, but it is fun to play. Stormgate. I don't know. Some of these games I'm just not going to know what they actually are. Only 25% off for Terminator. Not my type of game. Yeah, mostly negative. Let's just ditch it. Let's ditch it from there. You didn't make the cut. At least some of these games that I had rated lowly were bad. But it's sort of funny to see games like Terminator just do so be so good, and I really was expecting so little from it. Plague Lords, actually, what's this one here? This one I did actually have a look at, or I was certainly approached about it. No, it's coming in 2025. Hype Train. Hype Train has got some great games too, by the way. That's right, they contacted me about this game, asked if I wanted to play a preview version of it, and I said no because I just didn't think it was my type of game. It was more of a story-driven game. But they have some amazing games. So I'm sort of half thinking I probably really should look at this one, but it's just not my type of game. I don't know. It could be interesting. And again, mainly because of Hype Train. Like they've got some. Like if we ever look at their games, I'll show you their games. Stone Shard, great game. Intravenous 2, God, I'm enjoying that at the moment. I'm really thoroughly enjoying that one. Quasimorph, that is one of my games of the year. Like this has been, when we actually get to these games that I didn't actually put in this first list, this is right up there. God, that's good. They've just got some really great games. There's the original Intravenous back and through there again as well. They've just got some really cool games. Anyway, that's Hype Train. So yeah, so I probably will play the other one simply because of the other games that they've got. They've got some really good games. But anyway, Plague Lords isn't there yet, so we'll delete that one. Project Haven. No idea what this one is. 2025. Let's ditch it. Delete row. I've got Burden of Command. This one here is one that I wasn't expecting much from. It did come out. And I don't warm to this one, actually. I don't like realism in games. It's the same quarter. Is this the one? Burden of Command? Yeah, this is. I've actually got the demo version of this. It says it's coming out in Q1 2025. But I have actually played it, and it's sort of one of these things where it's interesting if you're into realism. But I'm not, to be honest. I prefer wargamey type things rather than trying to look at the human side of stuff. I find I don't like looking at the human side of war games. It's by this like ICBM. I don't play those sort of games. Not that that's the human side, but I just don't like being reminded of the human cost, I guess. So Burden of Command is I'll take that one out of the list because it's coming next year. But it's a game that I can see that people will like, but I don't like it. News Tower, that came out, I think. This one looked interesting, but I never really got overwhelmingly positive. 96%, 98%, with good numbers. This one did look good, but I never played it. And I don't know if any of you did either. So what I'll do is I'll just in case some of you did. Just because it rates so highly. You played with should get a +1 point just for the name of it. So just go and I'll just put News Tower in just so that you guys, if you did want to rate it, you could rate it. I had it down as 6s and 5s. I'm just going to change that to say 7s for now, all across the board. I'll keep it in the list because I do want to come back to it. And this is without knowing anything at all about the game. Okay, General Staff, Black Powder. Now that one I don't think came out. Or did it come out? Coming soon. Yeah, so no, it didn't come out. We're going to find that with a few of these sort of games, I think. Delete row. And March. No idea what this is either. $2025. I'm probably not really interested in this one, to be honest. So I think we'll just ditch that anyway. No idea what that actually is. All right, then we have the new ones. So if we just delete that row there. So we've got things, for example, and I'll start to go through these now. We do actually have at the very, very bottom here, Never Dark. We'll have a quick look at that one as well. So Never Dark, back in through here, coming soon. So I'll ditch that one as well. Again, I wasn't looking forward to this one. So I had like a big long list of games. I'll just delete that particular row. There we are. Okay, so this will then allow us to now look through other games. So we've got the Shadow Empire DLC and update. So basically just looking at Shadow Empire. I won't fill in all this stuff in through here. But what I might do is just go across to Steam. I've got my Steam replay stuff in through here as well. Just go back to Steam with a new one. I'll just bring that one back. I've got Shadow Empire Complete now as well, which is different. I'll just copy this one into my list. And we'll just go back. So 40% off at the moment for Shadow Empire. That's actually very, very cool. I love that this game rates so highly for what it is, like 85%. It's not an easy game. Let's go and do our ratings in through here. So I'll just copy that across for you. Yeah, actually, Voodoo Dog's saying Shadow Empire until the actual Navy is only an 8. I agree 100%. 100%. I'm actually disappointed in the game because of the lack of what we actually have there. Just make sure that this is actually this is not working. We need the averages. So I just need to drag this down. Oops, division by 0. Okay, that'll be okay. We'll end up with scores in through here as well. All right, so we'll bring those down. So as we start to bring the numbers in, they'll start to then show up. So we don't worry too much about the. I think I can turn off the. Can I turn off the errors? No, that's okay. That's all right. So Shadow Empire, UX UI. I've got to rate that poorly. I'm going to rate that, say, 7. I don't think the UX is good at all, actually. So we'll go that way for 7. Replayability, I think, is through the ceiling, so I'll rate that as 9. The gameplay, again, without the actual navies, I'm going to say 8 through there. Even though I do love this game. Extra, I'm going to go 8 there as well. Again, because of the lack of navy. So what have you guys rated it? We've got 8s. Yeah, so we've got 9.9 out of 10 from George, but 10 out of 10 with navy. Yeah, Jorok's saying 10, 9s, 8s. I think what I'll do is I'll rate it an 8.5. Adrian's saying I don't like this game. The roadmap of Shadow Empire hypes me up so much. Says Voodoo Dog. Yes, it does me too. Darkson saying hey Daz and everyone. So hi. And Michael saying Daz, how come Steam's Sorry, Steam's tell me when you last online 2 years ago. Oh, really? Steam? I'm not sure. I've got no idea. Anyway, so that's rating it as an 8. I'll make it an 8.5 from you guys, I think. Or a 9, maybe a 9. We'll make it a 9. Great game, like absolutely great game. But yeah, just it's he really needs to get those navies sorted. Like absolutely has to. Like all the other stuff that's being added to the game is great, but it's well, let's just say it's good. And saying navies, if navies came, that would be great. It really does need it now. It's sort of one of those points where every time I see there's an update, I always just check to see is any work being done on navies, and the answer at the moment is always just no. There's all these other things that he's working on, so it's not great. Okay, ZXM is saying I got to run, but two that I saw on your list: Kingdom Dungeon Hero, enjoyed even without combat graphics. A solid 7, and KeeperRL, I'll give it a 10. Yeah, I love it. Cheers, and I'll watch later. Okay, yeah, cool. Thanks for that, Beacon. Okay, Stargate. My God, what a disappointment. I don't know what it rates, but I'll give you my take on this one. Stargate Timekeepers. I'll just go and copy this one in. Place that one in there. And how did it rate, actually? Mixed, yeah. And look, that's it. For me, that's even too high. I thought this was terrible. I'll give it a 5 there. Replayability, there was a way through it. I'll give it a 4. Gameplay, I really thought it was shit. I'll give it a 4 there as well. Extra 4 for me. Did you guys... I didn't put it in for you guys. Sorry about that. I thought that was the worst game from Slytherin this year, by a mile, by an absolute mile. I thought it was terrible, and yeah, just a shocking. And then, again, you can just tell that there was pressure, from different things. So, so Voodoo Dog saying, watch a few Stargate streams. The game looks terrible. It really wasn't good to play. I hated playing it. Okay, nobody's putting any numbers in there, so that's fine. We'll just leave it there. Beasts of Steel. This is one that I don't know if I've even played it, actually. Let's have a look and see if we can find it. Beasts of Steel. BOS. Oh, this is actually this is to be announced. Now, this is from a Corsican frog, and this is Beasts of Steel. Looks really interesting. Like, this is actually going to be one of my most anticipated games, I think, of next year. This looks amazing. What he's done. This is the same developer that does. Where is it? It's one developer on his own, and he's made Hex of Steel is the other game that he has. And Hex of Steel is a game that I need to play more of. We're not seeing the other things in through there. But Beasts of Steel is a semi-realistic World War II game that combines first-person shooting and strategy, where you can battle solo or online, experience intense combat as an infantryman, tank crew, or take to the skies as a pilot. So this is a very ambitious project, and I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, we can't use it for this year, but that's... I hope that I remember to look at this for my next year stuff, because that's someone that I am really looking forward to. Delete row. So that's not that far away. Pioneers of Pagonia. Let's have a look at that one. Pioneers of Pagonia. I don't know if I played this. It is very positive. The city builder challenges you to build a thriving community while facing the dangers of untamed land. Yes, this is from the. I think I tried to contact them, but I didn't actually. It came out at the end of last year, but they never got back in contact, which happens a lot. I'm just unimportant. So I don't know about this one. If you guys played it, I'll score it. Otherwise we'll move on. Yeah, so Dave Flitt saying Beasts of Steel from Hex of Steel. Yeah, is looking forward to that one. I'm really looking forward to that, because it's he's done such a good job of an actual war game, like you can actually randomly generate your war games through Hex of Steel, and so as a lone developer, he's really cool. So we've got oops, hang on, I'll just go no for that one. close that one. That's my backup program. So nobody's really putting Pioneers of Pagonia in. I'll ditch it in that case. I do want to play it. I just don't know about it. So I'll just go and delete that row. Oh, hang on, deleted cell. What happened there? Not sure what's going on there. All right, that's fine. Okay, Kingdom. I'll just make sure that that's C to G32. Right. So Kingdom, Dungeon, and Hero. Let's go and do that one through there. So I'll just copy this one across. Control V. Yeah. Now Battle Mode I know does really like this one. Really likes it. He keeps on trying to get me to play it. I keep on playing it, and I keep on disliking it. So it's just funny. 25% off at the moment. Very positive, so it does rate 82%. I just never warm to it. It's just one of these games where I think I just I want to like it, but I just don't. And I think I just really like tactical battles. But it's interesting. I think it's worth watching. I will rate it in here. So UX UI, I'll rate that a 7. Just from the small amount I have played it. Replayability, I'll rate that a 7 as well, because it does have some replayability. Gameplay wise, I'm going to rate that a 6 for me personally. Extra, I'll rate it a 7. So if you guys now, what did Began say? He had rated that one high. If I can find his, oh there he is, ZXM, enjoyed. It's a solid 7, and yeah, KeeperRL was a 10. So, so Battle Mode's giving it an 8. We've got a 6. 6 needs more time, says George. Yeah, that's sort of probably how I feel about it as well. So I'll go 7 on that one. So I'll make that the gamer's score of 7. Civilization 7 hasn't come out yet, so we can ditch that one. Delete that row. Universim. Now this is one that I don't know if this one came out this year. I'll just have a quick look and see if I can find it in here. Universim. Oh yeah, no, it came out at the start of the year. Very positive, so 80%. I didn't play it. I don't think it's in my library. No, so I don't actually have this one. Yeah, I don't actually have it. So I'll put it in the list just in case you guys have got a take on it, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there. So I'll just leave it where that one is. Furthest Frontier, that's also not here yet. So I'll just see if we can find out when that's coming. This is one that I thought was going to come at the start of the year, to be honest. I know it is. It has come out. Sorry, my game's confused. I don't know this one. I'm going to have to just ditch this one. Sorry. First Frontier gets a solid 7.5, but it's taken far too long to get to a 1.0 release. They've still done a lot of good work. Yeah, I don't know anything at all about this one, so I'm just going to have to say I'm just have to remove it from my list. I think I've sort of got to keep the games that I at least know. And so I just don't know them, and this is the trouble with doing Games of the Year stuff, because you why did that, oh yeah, that's okay. We've got Silent Depth Pacific. Now I didn't play that either, so I really can't rate that one. I've got to keep the games that I know, so I'll just delete that one. Microprose Subgame, this is actually not the subgame, this is the Sea Power, and so I'll just call that one Sea Power. This is a game I've got to actually show, because this looks extremely good. I will rate this one, even though I haven't played much of it. Actually, Kingdom, Dungeon, and Hero, I didn't actually go back and copy that one in. Kingdom, Dungeon, and Hero. All right, then we've got Sea Power. from Microprose. And this is a game that I do want to cover because it looks amazing. It looks entry level as well. Like it's not super difficult. If we have a bit of a look and see what's actually in through here. Yeah, from the lead designer of Cold Waters, Sea Power lets you control NATO and Warsaw Pact forces in modern naval conflict campaigns. And there's a lot you can do with this one as well. And it looks great. And it's not overwhelming as well, which is actually really quite cool. It's a cat's back, and so Adrian's saying, "Why are your cat sick?" So good question. Actually, I'll put Sea Power in just in case you guys have played it. It's only just come out, and so I haven't played much of it. But it's a game that I do want to show off because it looks amazing. If we just go back into there, Control V. There we are. So we were saying everyone knows Desert Power is where is it these days. Dave Lee was saying Sea Power is fantastic. It really looks amazingly good. I'll just go through what my ratings are. The UX UI at this stage is pretty clunky, so I'll give that like a 7.5. Replayability is very high, I think, but I'll still only rate it an 8 at this stage. Gameplay I'll rate it an 8. Extra I'll rate it an 8, and we've got a 9 there from Dave Flute. I'll put the 9 in. I'll just leave it straight at that because not many people would have played that one yet. What does it rate? It rates a 89% and a 91%. There you go. This again for these sort of games, that's extremely high. Maybe my ratings are too low. I'll keep this the UX. The UX UI is still pretty crappy. I'll go 8.5 there, and I'll leave the others where they are. And we'll come back and maybe have a look at that at some other point. Okay, Sins of a Solar Empire 2 also came out this year. So we'll copy that one across. Did play a fair bit of this one. Did I copy... I don't know if I copied that one in. Hang on, just let me copy that. Did I copy it? Yeah, I did. Okay. And sorry, I'll just put this one into here. Control V. Is this on specials at the moment? 25% off. Okay, so not too much of a deal. Very positive in through here, so rates pretty high for for a Space 4X. Yeah, Bellman's saying I'll add Sins 2 to Gal, Civ, ARA, and Shadow Empire for games I can't rate because I work on them. So yeah, I like Sins 2 a lot though. Yes, it's sort of Sins 2 is one of these games that is just a pleasure to play. UX UI, I'm going to have to rate that a 9. It really is beautiful the way that they've actually done that one. Replayability, I'm going to rate that an 8. Did I put Sins of a Solar Empire in there as well? Gameplay wise, I'll rate that an 8 as well. It's fairly simple in the way it sort of works. I'll put an 8 there as well. So then for you guys, we've got an 8.4, solid 8. All right, I'll make it an 8. I'll put an 8 in through there. Oh, sorry, Great Games, a 9. So I'll do it as an 8.5 from you guys. It really is just such a joy to play that game. It's just such a beautiful game. A-Train Tourism, no idea what that is. Let's just ditch it. Delete row. Twilight Struggle, no idea what that is. Delete row. Ascent of Ashes was a game I was looking forward to, but it just never really eventuated. Actually, Sins of a Solar Empire, we'll just copy that across. Ascent of Ashes, I don't think it ever made it anywhere. So, but it looked interesting. I'll just show you what that one was. Oh, hang on, Ascent of Ashes. It was there. Coming soon, yeah. So let's just get rid of it. It looks interesting. It's been in development for a long time. I got a funny feeling it's not going to go much. I don't know if it'll go ahead because I haven't seen much development for a fairly long time. But it did look interesting. Let's just go and delete that one. Wings of War. What was that one? should have prepared these, shouldn't I? Wings of War, not even there. So no idea what that is. Does it come up if I just put that in there? No. Nope, it doesn't. So no idea what that is. Delete the row. Somehow we're getting errors. White Sands looked interesting. I thought that had been out for a while. It was only mixed. I didn't play it much. Only 46%. Oh, I did play it, actually. I did play it. Yeah, it was interesting, but not great. Now, I think it's better than this one. I don't know if you guys played that one. I'll just go and place that one in there. It came out in February, so I hardly remember it, but I did play it. And so I would say the UX UI, I would rate that a 6. The replayability, a 6. Gameplay, a 7. Extra, I'd say a 7, to be honest. So it's not terrible. Birth of Cultures, don't know what that one is. Actually, I'll just quickly go back and copy that as well. Place that one in. Alright, so Birth of Cultures. No idea what this is. Maybe if I don't know what they are, I should probably just ditch them, I think, just so we can get through this, because there's still a lot to get through. BOC, Birth of Cultures, coming soon. Looks interesting. But it's not ready yet. Delete row. Moonbreaker. Did that one come out this year? Oh, it did come out, yes. This is interesting, actually, this game. It rates very positively. 85%. I didn't play much of it, but it's quite interesting. It's the author Brandon Sanderson's sort of like he had sort of created this universe for these. I'll rate what I know of the game. Like it rates 85%, which is actually fairly cool. 40% off at the moment. From what I can sort of see of it, the UX UI was, I'll say 7. Replayability, I'll go 7 as well. Gameplay, well, I'll go 7.5 from what I can remember of it. Extra, I'll just go 7. So I'll just put it there. I don't know if it may be something that is... so Trixie's saying back in time, Armour Brigade 2 isn't on Steam. It's yes, yeah. We corrected that one. Catch up, Drexy, catch up. So we've got Endzone 2. No idea what this is. I'll put Moonbreaker. Actually, I'll just grab Moonbreaker and place that one in there as well. Place that to there. Control V. Endzone 2. No idea what this is. Sort of funny looking back at these games that somehow they ended up on my list of games. Endzone 2. No, let's not worry about it. I don't know anything at all about it. Okay, delete the row. And now we've got a really interesting one. This is interesting. Nebulous. This is a game that I passed on. As in, I had the game. I passed on until just a few weeks ago. And now I can't stop thinking about it. It's an incredible game. You can see their recent reviews only mixed, 61%. But we've seen other games like this that people just don't get into. Very positive in through there. I'm just going to go and copy that. The reason, and I'll go through this one. I'll talk a bit about this game because this is worth talking about. This particular game. So Nebulous, UX UI. This is a game. Actually, let's have a look at it from here. Nebulous, you can sort of see through here. This is a real-time. This is almost like there's a TV series, The Expanse. This is The Expanse as an actual game. Like there's no other game that's as close to being like The Expanse as this game is. It's super realistic in terms of what it does model as much as it can. And so it's full-on space combat. It looks like people have sort of said it looks like 1990s graphics and so on and so forth. But the inside of the ship is all modelled, everything. So when something goes through a ship like that, that's the inside of the ships. And you get to design your own ships, and you can get to put all sorts of different things on the ship. So they all have different roles, and it's extremely detailed when you do play it. I think it excels in multiplayer. So the single player at the moment has been put on the back burner, and that's a real shame, because we've got a vocal minority who play multiplayer, who love the game, and who are sort of like driving the development of the game. And then we have a non-vocal majority of single-player viewers who are disappointed that the campaign has not gone ahead. Now, I think the campaign will go ahead. I just hope it goes ahead a bit faster. Again, this is another hooded horse game. But when I started to play it recently, I was so impressed with what this game does. Like, it's and I've only played it single player, but it's so detailed, it's so complex, and there is actually another big one coming very, very soon. I think just in a matter of days. Actually, it's only in early access, so they've still got to do the campaign is completely dead. So don't even try. And I'm really looking forward to when they bring the campaign in. But there's they've got the it was October. There's carriers coming very, very soon. So we're going to end up with small craft. That's going to completely change the game. But this is a game that I'm wanting to play a lot of. It. Characters update trailer. So there's carriers coming, and so carriers are coming very, very soon. But yeah, I don't know. I think the mixed reviews are from people who, when you look at the comments, it's saying, "Why have you abandoned the campaign?" That's really why they're saying it. The actual game itself is brilliant. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. So look at this game for the coming year. I think this game is a bit of a sleeper at the moment. No, it's not even a sleeper. Look at the very positive ratings in through here. 3,000 people are playing it and loving it. But it is a multiplayer community that is playing it at the moment. And this, for me, is... I was, as I say, I tried it. It was too difficult for me, and then I tried it again recently, and just absolutely in love with what it does. So anyway, let's go and rate it based on everything else. UX UI, I think, could be improved. I'll say it's an 8. The replayability at the moment, it's not great, so I'm going to say I'll call that an 8 as well. Actually, I didn't put Nebulous in the list. Sorry, guys. Need to get your opinions as well. Yeah, if you've played the game, let me know what you think. Gameplay wise, I'm going to say it's a 9. Extra, I'll still keep it down because there's still stuff to come. I'm going to make it a 7 because it really does need that campaign. So that just gives me a solid 8 for that one through there. If any of you have got thoughts about that one, then just pop it in the chat and we'll have a look at it. Yields Fall of Rome. I think it's still coming. I don't think it's actually hit yet. Nebulous, we did put the thing in. That's okay. But Nebulous is one to really look out for. Yield Fall of Rome. It's on the wish list. Yeah, coming in January. All right, so from Daedalic Entertainment. Looks very, very cool, actually, this one. Looks very cool. Anyway, it's not for this year, so it is gone. Delete the row. Now, Empire of the Ants is another one that I have not played, and I really should be playing this one because this one is incredibly popular. Oh, there we go. 7 says the others for Nebulous, so we'll just put 7 in as the rating through there. But I was just really taken by Nebulous, as in I just thought it was incredibly well done. William's saying, but I'm not good at multiplayer. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it. I'm still really a babe in the woods when it comes to Nebulous. I'm just trying my hand at little things that I can then sort of go and do. So Empire of the Ants, I'll pop that one in. Oops, that's the wrong one. Just let me delete that. And okay, so Empire of the Ants. I'll just go and have a quick look at this one here. And this is only mostly positive. That's interesting. I thought it rated higher than this, to be honest, and I haven't played it. So unless you guys start rating it, I think I'm just going to. This is a game I do want to play, though. It does look interesting. It sort of looks too real, though, for me to enjoy. It's funny. I thought there was a hooded horseman. Maybe I've got my games mixed up. thought there was another one that was like Hooded Horse. Look, I'm going to ditch it. Michael's saying a 7.6. I like that game. Yeah, I haven't played it, so I'm going to have to ditch it off my list. So off you go. Beyond These Stars. Now, I haven't played this. The demo came out. I don't know if the game has come out for this one. Yeah, 2025. Let's ditch it because we've only played demos of that one. That looks interesting. Okay, we've got problems. Streets of Rogue 2. No idea what that is. Let's have a look and see. Streets of Rogue. No, not my type of game. It's coming next year anyway. So I'll ditch that one. Delete row. Now, Classified France, I did actually play that one a little bit, but I don't know if I should actually... I only played it a very small amount, and I didn't like it. I think I'm just going to ditch it off my list, just because I think it's better than what I thought of it. I just didn't like it. It was it's very much like the same sort of reasons that I didn't like the Stargate game, to be honest. I just couldn't get into it. How's it rate? Mostly positive. Yeah, 74, 79%. If you like these sort of games, it's fine where you're just sort of playing as a small team, going through puzzles. But I think I'm just going to ditch that off my list. Streets of Rogue is amazing, says Battlemate. Okay, so I haven't played it. So okay, I'll look for that next year. Anyway, I'll ditch Classified France. I think it's better. It's better than what I would rate it. That's why I want to get rid of this one. Delete Module War. What's Module War? Control C. 2025, yeah, 2025. Again, no idea what this is. Doesn't look all that good, to be honest, does it? No, I probably wouldn't even really worry about that one, just at the overall look of it, just very, very briefly. And I know I'm being unfair to games. KeeperRL, my God, here we are. We've got the incredible game that really, like the stuff, and this one went into actual release this year. KeeperRL. Now, we know that Began said to put a 10 down for him for this one. Okay, so Retro Dungeon, we can see there it's rating at 84, 76. It's better than that. It's better than that. So I'll just go and copy the what we have. I don't know how I missed this last year, to be honest. That's it's criminal that I missed that from my games last year. So UX UI. Functional, I'll say 8. Replayability, exceptional, 9. Gameplay, I'd have to say, if I'm being harsh, 8.5. To be honest, extra, I'm going to go 8.5 again for myself. Sorry, guys, I didn't actually put in for you guys. So I'll just pop that in there so you can do it. I can see that there's a few of you are putting numbers in there. So I can sort of go back through those, and I know where they start, so that's fine. Yeah, Battlemate's got an 8, so I've got a 7, 8.5, 8.5. I'll make it an 8 for you guys. 8 there, there's another 8 there, so I'll put that on as an 8. It's better than 8, guys, it's better than 8. It's an 8.4. That really is quite cool. And then, of course, Dwarf Fortress. Let's go and put Dwarf Fortress in. Control C. Oh, it's only a 6 from Gyrox. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so here we go. We've got the we've got Dwarf Fortress. This is the base game. So this is the base game. Now UX UI. I am going to say this is confusing. I'm going to make that an 8. I think it could be better with what it actually does have. Whoops. Now replayability, unbelievable. God, do I give it anything a 10? Do we give this a 10? No, I'm going to say 9. We can't have perfection, can we? Gameplay, I'm going to go 9. Extra, I'm going to go 8. just because there's stuff that can be added to it. And what are you guys? We've got a 10 from before. We've got 9, 8, 10. So have you seen the Shadow Empire updates as team games? The one that's recent, yeah, I have. Again, it's not Navy, so I'm not all that interested, to be honest. My 8 was for Keeper, says Dom UK. Okay, so we've got the what have we got through there? We've got 9s in through there. We've got 6 Voodoo Dog. What? Your character hasn't died. So we've got the. I'll put down the average there of. I'll say. God, it really is 9s, isn't it? It's a 9 there for you guys. All right, now we have still got other games to go through. We've at least gone through a lot of the games that I've played this year. Let's not have a look at the actual final list just yet. Let's have a look and see what we end up getting when I go back through here. So we'll start to add games that I played this year that aren't on that list. And if we have a bit of a look at them. So the most played games that I had, so this is my list of games that I played the most of. Age of Wonders 4, I played 14% of my play time was there. Yeah, that for me was my favourite game of the year, without a doubt. Distant Worlds 2, I played 11% of my time. Again, I loved this game this year. I thought that the changes to Distant Worlds were incredible. Dom 6, again, what an incredible addition to the series. Much, much better than what I thought it was going to be, to be honest. So yeah, just amazing with that one through there. Won't worry about all that stuff. We just want the list of games, really. Oh, here we go. This is what I mainly played. Space games, Colony Sims, which sort of surprises me. I guess that's Shadow Empire. Dwarf games. Extraction shooters. This is Zero Sievert and Intravenous, I think, will be the games that we've then played in through there. This is, that's interesting. I've got workshop item subscribers, 3,600. That's got to be Dominions, I'm thinking. The maps and stuff that I've made for Dominions, I'm assuming that's where that would come from. I don't think I'm trying to think of any other workshop items that I build. Oh, Gladius. It would be Gladius. Gladius would be a big part of that number, I think. Yeah, that's a lot of subscribers to my handiwork, but I'm pretty sure that's Gladius changes, I think. Maybe. It could be both, Dominions or Gladius. Okay, so Age of Wonders, yeah, this is just by the date, so I won't worry about that. I just want to get the list of games. Come on, give me the list of games. We've got Gal Civ 4, we've covered that one. Field of Glory Kingdoms, we've covered. Demos you played, yeah, Scramble. Okay, here we go. So this is, so when we go through Warlock 2, I'm not going to, during this time you play 33 different games. So Panzer Corps 2, I'm going to put some of these in because some of these are really worth sort of showing off. So if I go in, if I left click, no, it brings that up. How do I get the list? Is it store page? Yeah, it does do another one over there. Okay, so Panzer Corps 2, I'll just go and grab that. Control C, and I will actually add these in because some of these games are really worth it. I'll just go insert rows. Control V. I'll put this in for you guys as well. Okay, so Adrian's saying, sneaky question, KeeperRL or Dwarf Fortress? I'll let you guys answer that yourselves. I know my answer, but I'll let you answer it. My answer comes... No, should I say anything? No, I won't say anything. I'll just let you guys muck around with that one. I'll just go and fill those in. So Panzer Corps 2, just put your ratings in if you've played this game. Hi David, how you going? Saying greetings for a happy 2024. Well, hope you'll have a happy 2025 as well. Just gonna grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. All right, now to answer that question. So if you want a broad but shallow game, it's Dwarf Fortress Voodoo Dog. Oh, you're being negative about the great game, the game that has inspired so many games, including Dwarf KeeperRL. KeeperRL they're both great games, like they really are. But for me, Dwarf Fortress does pip it because it inspired KeeperRL to a large extent. So, and Dwarf Fortress has improved a lot over the years. You know, like it's just a phenomenal game. It's a part of gaming history. It's considered the most complex game ever made. It's just amazing. So we go. Battle mode saying Panzer Corps 2 is an 8. Yeah, I think it's Dave. What did Dave? Yeah. So there we go. So Panzer Corps 2, too much DLC, says Dave Flute. You don't need to have all the DLCs though. So I think the base game is still very playable. I'm going to say the UX UI. This is, for me, one of these games that other gaming companies really need to look at, to learn from, to see how the actual experience has been adapted for players, because they have a slider for randomization, and so many games that you get pissed off with RNG could actually be solved with this one game mechanic. So I'm going to say UX UI is actually pretty good. I would say an 8 without that slider, 8.5 with that slider. So for me, that's actually dramatically improves the user experience in that particular game. Replayability, not very high. I'll say a 7. Gameplay-wise, I'll say an 8. Extra, I'll say an 8 as well. And what have we got there? We've got some 8s in battle mode. Okay, that's pretty much all we've got there, so I'll just put an 8 there. I think that's fair enough for Panzer Corps. It's a good game, very good game. Okay, next one we've got is, if we just go back out again, Shardpunk. This was actually a really surprising game as well. If I just go back in and go across to visit the store page, did I copy? I'll just see if I copied the other one. I'll just go and copy Shardpunk from here and place that one in there. Not sure if I've got Dwarf Fortress or the other one in there. I'll just go Shardpunk in through here. So what Shardpunk is, and I'll just go back to Panzer Corps, copy that one in. And better go back to Dwarf Fortress as well. Actually, that's 60% off at the moment for the base game. That's worth getting. That is worth getting. Okay, in the Steam, you've only got a couple more days to get your Steam winter sale stuff done. Panzer Corps 2 does do a good job with random maps as well, so there is good replayability in Panzer Corps 2. What did I rate replayability? Oh, it should be higher than that. I'll go 8. Oh, I'll go 7.5 because the random maps are a little bit the same. So they're not awesome. They can be better. They could do better with Panzer Corps 3. So we'll just go back to Dwarf Fortress in through here. Dwarf Fortress, there we are. The king of games. And we'll place that one in through there. So that's in that one. Shardpunk. Now Shardpunk is really interesting. This is a game where it's got an algorithm for the maps, but there is a progression, like a story progression through the game. So it's sort of like a bit of a hybrid where you do actually have random maps that you play on, but with a story driving it, and you've got characters that are good at different things. So it's got a lot of replayability, very interesting with the characters that you bring in. And it's not easy as well, but it's actually so you assemble your team, you unlock different things as you go. It's extremely well done, this game. And so you can see it's very positive, 90%, 94%. It really is this good. And so this is a game that came out in 2023, but I played it a lot in 2024. So I'm going to keep it in my 2024 list. So Shardpunk for me, the UX UI, not great. I'll just say 8. It's middle of the road. Replayability, I'll say 8.5. Oops, not 6, 8.5. Gameplay wise, I'll say 8.5 as well. Did I put Shardpunk down? I'll be putting, believe me, there will be Quasimorph will come in very soon. So I'll just put Shardpunk. I'm surprised actually that I played more Shardpunk than and Quasimorph, to be honest. I thought I would have played more. Extra wise, I'm going to do 8.5 here again as well. And for you guys, I don't know if you guys have played it. So Silver Thing is just a game that has Skaven in it. Pretty much, yeah. You're actually fighting rats in sewers and stuff, but it's an extremely good game. It's like Shadowrun Return, but a bit worse. It looks sort of funny, but it really is extremely well done. Like it really is an amazing game. So anyway, that's Shard Punk. I'll move on. So we'll just leave that one there. We'll go back to Steam replays. Shard Punk, Sea Power. Actually, sorry, these are games that I've played. I haven't played much Sea Power. We've covered that one. We've got Field of Glory Medieval. Do we put that one in separate to Field of Glory? Yeah, I think we have to. I think we have to do it. Field of Glory. Let's just do Fog Medieval. So I'll place that one in. I think a fair few of you play this. I'll do that as a separate one because we rated Kingdoms separately, so we'll just go this way. So Field of Glory Medieval. I'm still going to do it. Field of Glory. You going to come up? Nope. 60% off. Okay, wow, this is great. This is a good value. And particularly if you've got Kingdoms but don't have Medieval, make sure you grab this in the sale. This is incredibly good. This one rates very positively at 86%. It's a tabletop style game, like it sort of plays like a tabletop game. It's been designed to look like a tabletop game as well. So we've got 8 there from William Thomas. For the rating of this one. This is a great game. I love it. I love it. So we'll just go and place that one in there. I wonder how I missed these games out of my list from last year. Maybe these were the coming games. So UX UI, I'm going to say a 7.5. It's could be better. Replayability is high. I'll say 8.5. Gameplay, I'll say 8, even though it's great. I'll say 8 in through there. And so Cat's saying Shadow of Forbidden Gods is a solid 9. No, actually, we're doing Field of Glory Medieval. You got to keep with the with the links above. So with the 8 through there, William's got an 8. So let's put an 8 in there for gamers. Okay, so Field of Glory is rating just an average of 8, which is fine. Same as Panzer Corps 2. That'd be about right, I think. I think that would be maybe I would go slightly different in through there. All right, and then we've got next one that comes across. Zephon we've done, Scramble we've done, Distant Worlds 2 we've done. Terminus, just go show more. Terminus, I haven't played that one, so I don't really want to place it. I haven't played that one, so I won't place those yet. Zero Sievert I have played, so we'll place that one in Quasimorph, a 2. I'll just go to Zero Sievert. Visit store page. Only 20% off at the moment for Zero Sievert. Okay, Zero Sievert is it IB4E except after C, except in Sievert. Yeah, it is IB4E. There we go. This one here is like a real-time game. It's actually I didn't see that before. Anyway, it's a game that it is pretty damn cool. I've got to say, just the way it sort of does work. This one is very positive. It's going to rate up around the 90%. I would thought, yeah. This one works incredibly well. This is a real-time game. It's not easy, but it is good fun. And so I'm terrible at this game, but I enjoy playing it. And I've got a few games like that I really suck at, but absolutely love it. The UX UI is good. I'll say an 8. The replayability is pretty high. I'd say an 8 there again as well. Gameplay wise, I'd probably go an 8.5, and extra I'll give it an 8. Did I put Zero Sievert in there? I don't think I did. Sorry guys, I'm just going to go and copy that one across for you. I think William was rating Zero Seavit there for 8. Dave's 8 as well. I'm not sure if that's also Filigory 8. There we go. So we've got 8s in through there. Yeah, that's all fine there. If we have Zero Seavit, we should have Heaven and Earth. I don't know what that is, so I actually don't have that one. Anyway, I'll just keep on adding to my list. And so I'll put them down. If you guys can just add your numbers there, I'll just go back because there's still a lot of games. The next one that we had in the list was Quasimorph. Visit the store page. Control C. Wow, this game is unbelievable. And getting better and better all the time. My ratings for this game, UX UI, I would say that's an 8.5. Replayability is unbelievable. I'm just going to say that's a 9. Gameplay wise, I'm going to say I'm going to go 8.5 at this stage. I think it could still be a little bit better. I'm going to go 8.5 in here as well. And for you guys, actually, sorry, I've got to put Quasimorph in. Xenonauts 2, I'll get to that. We haven't got there yet. We haven't got there. We've still got a lot of games to put in here. So we've still got the so Quasimorph. Okay, I'll put Quasimorph in there. All right, so I'll just keep on going back to my list. Otherwise, we're not going to get through these. Spear Song, I didn't play that one. Silence the Siren, didn't play it, so I won't play it. Backpack Battles, I haven't played it. Citadelum, I didn't play it. Blood Runner, I didn't play. Block Strategy, Scramble, Strategic Command, I did play that one. I'll pop that one in there. Strategic Command, War in the Pacific. Actually, I'll just put in Strategic Command because they all sort of play the same way. I'll just go and find what I've got through there. View store page. Copy this one. So these are fairly niche games, this particular game. And we'll just now go and add in insert row above. Yeah, we just need to copy these down to there. Okay, that's got it. So Strategic Command. Yeah, we've got 8.5s, we've got 7s, so I'm going to say that's an 8 in there for Quasimorph. Alright, so Strategic Command, we'll just go and place this one in. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of you guys play these sorts of games like Strategic Command. Is it too wargamery? Or not, you know, like is it, it's interesting to sort of, it's like these sorts of questions for me are quite interesting to see how many people actually end up rating these sort of games. I'd say the UX UI, this is a bit confusing. I'm going to say that's a 7 for me. Replayability is more driven by campaigns. I'm going to go 7. Like it does have replayability, but it's not like you're doing a walkthrough, but it's similar to that because it's always the same scenarios. Gameplay wise, I'll say that that's 7.5. Extra, I'll go 7.5 there again as well. I do like what was going on through there. No one's put anything down for Strategic Command, so this is not the type of game that you guys tend to play by the looks in that case. Again, it's good for me to sort of see that. Now we've got I didn't play Cold Ridge. That one looked interesting. Okay, so I've been eyeing up the Strategic Command games in the Steam sales. Is Tom Kump? Yeah, they're pretty cool. They are pretty cool. Very tempted. Hugh David saying haven't played it. It's a simple war game. There's a lot of games that are fairly simple with what does go on. Where the hell is Xenonauts? Did I bypass it? Surely not. Surely not. I played that a heap. I don't get it. I don't get why Xenonauts hasn't come up. That does not make sense. It's like I've missed it completely. Just have a look and see if there's anything in here that I've missed. Solium Infernum we covered. That didn't come up in that list either, which I played a lot of that. Battle Sector didn't come up. Okay, I'll start to add some of these in, and we'll just go Warhammer 40k. Yeah, there's a lot of these that didn't show up. Actually, there's Warhammer. This is not a full list. Gladius, Xenonauts 2. We'll see if we find others as well, just as we go through these. I'll just insert row above. We are sort of running out of time a bit here, so I do have to now start to rush forward a little bit with this one, but let's just keep these going, and then we'll just quickly sort of rattle through these. These are all incredibly important games. Just get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Zero Sevet as well. Battle Sector, Millennia, Dune Imperium. God, we've missed a lot of these. We also Dune Spice Wars as well. Dune Spice Wars. There's another couple that we missed. I'll just get the list from here. Stolen Realm, I did play that one. That was interesting. I don't think I'll add it to the list though at this stage. I'll just try to keep it down to the ones that were sort of important-ish. Rule the Waves 3 is not in there. We now need to start adding more in. Set row above. You've got a lot to go through here. So yeah, I'll just I'll get back to all of these because these are you know, like we play these a lot. Dwarf Fortress, Dominions, Sin, Zephon. Okay, we've covered all of those. Cataclysmo. God, why are we missing these games? Cataclysmo, I think that's how you spell it. No, with an I. Panzer Corps airships. My God, we are missing so much. I'll just call it airships. Headquarters. Yeah, DF hack. That's fine. Kingdoms. Age of Wonders. Combat Mission. I didn't play much of that, so I won't worry too much about that. Doing that one through there. Crawl Tactics. Again, that was one of my games of the year from last year, and that's actually now improved again. In fact, was it my game of the year from last year? I'm not sure if it was. No, Supernova was. I'm not sure where Crawl Tactics ended up. Might have been from the year before. Anyway, let's keep on going. So this is insert row above. Okay, so we'll just keep on adding. I'm surprised we're finding so many. Athena Crisis, I did play that a bit. Again, I'm going to run out of time, so I'll just keep on rattling through these. Breachway we've covered. Zero Sevet we've done. Shard Punk. Dominions, yep, that's all done. Glorious Companions, I'll add that one in as well, because I did play a fair bit of that just in December. Intravenous as well, that should be added, and that should be it, I think. So Xenonauts hasn't come up, and I played a lot of that in this period. I'm sort of now worried that I'm missing. Oh yeah, there's more. Exfil, I do want to play this one a bit. It's okay. So it's the show more that is the problem. Rogue Waters as well. Okay, this is. We Were About to Die. Yeah, God, these are so much in here. There is so much in here that we're missing out on. I'll just see if I can find Xenonauts. It's actually missing Xenonauts entirely, which is a real worry. I'll put in a few more of these, like Rogue Waters. In fact, I've got a fair few of these now to add. Insert one row above it, one row above it, one row above it. Rogue Waters. What else do we have in that list that we didn't see before? We Were About to Die. I'm going to have to not go back to the Steam page on some of these. I'm just going to have to talk about them, I think. I'll just go to the ones that I did actually play. Glorious Companions. I'm surprised actually that the list is so inaccurate. That is actually quite a concern. I might have to go all the way back up through the top and just see Intravenous 2. I've played a hell of a lot of that lately, but that may be after Intravenous 2. Just keep on having another look. Got Gladius. You've got those. I might just go back up the top and just open up all of these. Just see if I can sort of get the... It's not a comprehensive list, which is a real shame. Mechabellum! My God! We're missing so many. Keep on adding more. Set one row above. Still so many to talk about here. Again, I'll only just go to the ones that I actually do remember playing properly. USC Counterforce. This is disappointing that it's missed so many of them. There's Legend. I didn't play that one so much. Shadows of Forbidden Gods. I hardly played that, so I won't put that on the list, even though it's a great game. Just show more in here. Rising Lords I tried to play again. I do like the idea of it, but I didn't actually get to it. Spacecraft I played. I won't put that on the list, though, because I didn't play much of it. Homeworld 3, there's the demo. Mortal Glory was interesting, but again, I've just now going to have to start to move through. Cogmind I tried to get back into, but it didn't play much of it. Gladius yet again. Yeah, Terratech Worlds was fun. Songs of Conquest I enjoyed. I'll just keep them off the list though. Norland, I've got it but I haven't played it. Ravenfield, I do love this game, but I just haven't played it. Feud was interesting as well. Jupiter Hell I've got to play more of. So many games that I've got to come back to. Dune Spice Wars, there's Dune Spice Wars. Back in here, RimWorld. My God, how is RimWorld not on the list? So we've got a fair few to get through here, guys. So I'm sorry about this. Manor Lords we've covered. Brigandine, I won't put that on the list, even though I love that game. I absolutely love it. Just show more in here. Bolt Gun. I played that heaps. I'm surprised again that Steam has not given me a big rating with that one. Empires of the Undergrowth, that was the other one. Marbles. Athena Crisis, I won't add that to the list just simply because I'm running out of time. Okay, this one here, just show more. Battle Sector. Just think if there's any that really need to be in the list. That was good, actually. Rack and Slay, I did enjoy that one. had the flu for a couple of months actually into the middle of the year. Yeah, they're all done. Kingdoms, Mechabellum again. Another game that Battle Mode and I were going to be playing at some point, but we never got to. Actually, we did play it. I don't know if we uploaded them. That was fun. We had some fun times with that. Anyway, that looks like we've got the list. I think we've got the list now. So let me just go through and I'll just go and place all these. There's a lot for me to cover here. I'm going to have to do a summary at the back end of this. I'll just delete that particular one. All right, so going back through them, Battle Sector really has improved a hell of a lot. So UX UI, I'm going to rate that an 8. Replayability, I'm going to rate it. It's not fantastic for replay. I'm going to go 7.5. The gameplay wise, I'm going to rate that an 8 as well, and extra, I'm going to rate that an 8. So sorry if I see you name a game with a rating, just the games that you see listed up through here, just in the chat, just pop the name and then your rating, and I'll try to go back and try to get a bit of a feel. I think you forgot Marvels on Stream. I did sort of. I'm going to have to. In fact, I'm running out of time. I'm not going to be able to do Marvels today. What I will do is I'm going to go back. You guys need to type in the word win, and then we're going to re-roll right now. So type the word win in, and we should end up with more people that can then sort of grab this one here. What I'll get you to do, I'll just do it right now actually. So type win in also in the chat, and then we won't do marbles because I'm running out of time. I've got to get ready to go to work. So I'm going to have to just rattle through these last ones, but just type win in the bottom there. If you're in here from before, it won't add them on, but I will then just press, here we go, we've got a couple more coming back in, 32. I'll then just choose a winner again, and then if you can just check, if you can send me an email to daz@daztactic.com, that's where you have to send it to. I will then actually, I'll then just send it. So I'm just going to go choose a winner, but I'll do that after we do a few more games. But just type win in through there. So Gladius, I love this game. UX UI, I'll say 7.5. It's not great. Replayability, I love this game. I'm going to go 8.5. No, it doesn't. Replayability, it sort of plays the same pretty much each time, sort of. Gameplay, I'm going to rate it 8.5 in here. I think it's a great game. It's a bit old now. Extra, I'll rate that an 8.5 as well, just because I love it so much. So Adrian's got lost in there. Xenonauts 2, wow, this is really improving incredibly. UX, I'm going to go 8.5. Oops, 8.5 in through there. Again, Xenonauts get an 8.8 from Michael. Okay, Gladius is a 9 from Voodoo Dog. I'll place that one in there. Xenonauts, I'll put that Gladius for Friends versus Hard AI is so much fun. Yeah, we played it on the Slytherin channel. A group of that stream for Slytherin did it at Christmas time, just before Christmas. That was so much fun. We actually ended up playing a cooperative game against a group of just Tyranids, and we all played sort of like Space Marines and Imperium and stuff like that. It was so much fun. It was really, really cool, the way it was set up. That was Richard of York actually set that game up for us, and it was really, really cool. There's only 3 of us played it, but it was fun. Replayability with Xenonauts is pretty high. I'll say 8 at this stage. Gameplay is exceptional, 8.5. Extra, I'll go 8.5. I think there's still work to be done, so I don't want to give it too much. Xenonauts 7 max, so much wasted potential, says Voodoo Dog. Xenonauts an 8.8. I'll say that the average from that one is an 8, so I'll put in 8 as the average. So we're rattling through now. No takers for Battle Sector, which is sort of funny actually. I thought there'd be some Battle Sector ones in there. Right, Dune Imperium. Now this is the UX UI for Dune Imperium is really, really good. It's not perfect, but it's up there. I'm going to go 8.5. This is like a board game. Replayability is also very, very good at 8 for a board game sort of style game. I'll go 8.5 there again as well. Gameplay is great at 8.5. Extra, I'll just make it 8 because it's not like there is some information that's missing a little bit from it. Now we've got Dune Imperium. We've got a 9 there. Yep, it's Dune Imperium 9. Yep, it's really, really is exceptional. So we'll just go that way. Actually, now let's do our giveaway. So we've got 35 entries. Good luck, everyone. So here we go. The winner is Walt Blackadder. Walt, if you can send me that email to daz@daztactic.com, I will then send you out the Glorious Companions key. So that's the next one through there. So that's very, very cool. So well done, Walt. You are the winner. So thanks for participating, and but just make sure you email me, because that's the only way I can actually get those keys out to you. So that'll be later on today. It could be up to 24 hours. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, it means something's gone wrong. But it could be up to 24 hours. So just let me know, depending on how much time I've got before I go to work. So anyway, that's congratulations, Walt. And we'll just keep on going with this little list, and then we'll see what the game of the year actually was for us. June Spice Wars. This one I think still needs a bit of work with the UX UI. I'll go 7.5 for that one through there. The replayability is reasonably good. I'll say 8. Gameplay I think could still be improved there as well. I'll go 7.5. Extra I'll go 8. And did anyone else do June Spice Wars? No, we didn't see any other June Spice Wars in there. Rule the Waves 3. This is improving all the time. The UX UI, my God, what do we do about this game? This game is like a 1990 spreadsheet. June Spice was 7.5. I'll put that in there. I think that's a fair rating. Okay, Rule the Waves 3. This is the UX UI is so shit in this game. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna rate it a 6, and I'm being generous with that. Replayability is very, very good. I'm gonna rate that an 8. Gameplay wise, I'm going to rate that an 8 as well. It keeps on improving. Extra, I'll go 7.5. This is a better game than that rating, than 7.3, Rule the Waves 3. It's a much, much better game. The UX UI really lets it down, like unbelievably. June Spice Wars, we've got an 8 there as well. Actually, we've got a 7 and a 7.5. Okay, so we've still got an average of 7.5. Rule the Waves 3. Michael's giving it only a 7.6 for, well, that's airships. We've got to go do Cataclysmo. Cataclysmo was one of the best city builder / sort of like tower defense games that I've ever played. I loved this game. It was so well done. This is one of these games I really got to show. I have to show it. Sorry guys, we have to do this. Where is it? Cataclysmo. It's towards the back end of the year, I think. If I can find it. That wasn't this far down. Wasn't that far. But this is a game that I was just so struck by. There it is there. Visit the store page, and I will actually go and copy this one in. Just so we've got it there. Because this is one of these really special games. 35% off at the moment. I would say that this is a really good buy for a game that's just come out. This was so much fun to play. So design and build fortresses brick by brick and stand against hordes of horrors. Now I don't like tower defense games. I really don't like them, but I love this game. 92% overall, 85% recently. What an amazing game. Again, another Hooded Horse game. I love this game. It was so cool. It's only early access at the moment. This is incredibly good. So anyway, that's Cataclysmo. The UX UI is great. I'll go 8.5 there. The replayability is actually, you do play through progression, so it's sort of, that is low. I'll say an 8, and I'm being generous with that because I do enjoy the game. The gameplay is great. I'll say a 9 through that one. Extra, I'll go 8.5, and Rule the Waves 3 has a good looking DLC coming. Yes, Eddie. Yes, I think. Look, I sort of hate giving these. That's why I like to split it up, because if you're not into graphics, you can sort of rate this one low. You know, like in terms of the immersion factor. You know, like if that's not important to you, at least you can see the other scores, which I think is why it's fairer to do it this way. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm saying if this gets a 6, I was being extremely generous with that rating. Should I be realistic? I should be realistic. It's a 4. It still has some things it does. I'll put it a 4, but I hate seeing this rated at 6.8. Like it's such a better game than that. It's such a better game. Okay, airships. Here we go. This one, the UX UI, I'll put it at 8.5. Replayability is actually very good now. 8.5 in through there again as well. Gameplay, I'll go 8.5. I think there could still be improvements there. Extra, I'll go 8.5. I'll just rate that one at 8.5 all the way through. What do we have with it? Cataclysmo? We've got a 9 coming in from Hugh David. Okay, so I'm not sure what me, myself, and I are saying. Replay is 9. Not sure what that's for though. Don't know which game that one was. So just please put the game, the name of the game in, just sort of even a clue, so I can actually sort of get a feel for which one you're talking about. Right, so your Cataclysmo 9. I'll put that down as a 9. I do. This is an incredibly good game. Warships. We've got airships, not warships. Has anyone put down airships? We did have a 7.6. We had. Did someone else give a high rating for that one? Replay 9. Okay, replay. Yeah, I've got 8.5. Okay, let's boost it to 8.5. I had 8 for the replayability of Rule the Waves, just to push it up to a solid 7. There we go. At least it's not terrible. Airships. We did have a 7.6. I'll make it an 8 because I think that people do enjoy that game. Crawl Tactics, UX, UI, I'll make that one, say, just an 8 at this stage. Replayability is actually very good at 8.5 for a sort of little tactical game. Gameplay is great. It's at this one as well at 8.5. Extra, I'll just make it 8 at this stage. And I don't know if people are playing that one. There we go. Airships, we've got 8 and 8.5. I don't think I'll ever forget the house on wheels in airships. Oh, it's good. It's such good fun. Such good fun to play. Rogue Waters, okay, UX UI in through here is actually fairly functional. I'll just make it an 8 at this point in time. Replayability is reasonable. I'll say an 8 at this point in time. Gameplay-wise, I'll go 8 as well. Extra, I'll just make it an 8, a solid 8 all the way through. I think that's about right. We Are About to Die. This one keeps on improving. Is a 10 for me, says Adrian, for We Are About to Die. This one, I'm going to go and give the... just because there's got to be wriggle room, I'm going to go at an 8.5 in through there. The replayability in here is great. I'm tempted to go 9, but it is the same sort of thing. I'll go 8.5 for that one. Gameplay, I'll go 8.5 as well, and that's. But I'm going to go and push that one up to a 9 because that's going to keep on getting better. We've got a 10 there through there, so we've got go through that one through there. That's actually. Is that too high? You know, I think it is too high. I'm just looking at the overall scores. UX UI is good. Replayability, maybe I'll make that one just slightly lower, and the gameplay I'll make slightly lower. But overall, it's a very cool game. Actually, 8.5. Well, I'll put that as 8.5, and this one is 8.5, just so that's sort of about where I'm sort of thinking. I think Glorious Companions. This was a real surprise packet for me, just in what it did do, and playing multiplayer was really, really interesting. This has got a lot more complexity than it looks like that it actually has. UX UI is not that great. I'll go 7 for the UX UI. Replayability it is played on an open world. I'll say an 8. Gameplay. This was sort of like the surprise packet for me. I'll still say an 8, and extra I'll just go an 8 in through there. Are any of the rest of these going to win? So I'm not sure actually. Intravenous 2 is bloody great. UX UI is I'm going to say an 8. Replayability is lowish because you really are just playing, so I'll just go a 7 there. Gameplay is 8.5 for me, and extra I'll go. I'm really enjoying it, but I'll just say an 8 there. Mechabellum is an auto battler. So we've got the in this case we've got the what have we got here? The UX UI. This is actually fairly functional. I'll go 8.5 for that. The replayability is actually extremely high. I'll go 8.5 in there as well. Gameplay, again, I'll just have it as an 8. Extra, I'll just go an 8. So original 10 saying, yeah, I made it back from marbles, except I don't have time to do marbles. We just did the last giveaway as just a giveaway. Sorry, so I won't be able to do a marble run today. USC Counterforce. The UX UI is actually really bad. I'm going to go 6. And I'm basing that on the 4 for Rule the Waves. It's better than Rule the Waves, but not much. Replayability, though, is really, really high. I'll say an 8 there. Gameplay, I'll say 7. And extra, I'll just go 7.5 there. Now, RimWorld. Wow. Okay, this game, UX UI, I think it's got to be an 8. Replayability, it does sort of play the same way each time, so I'm just going to go 8 there. Gameplay, though, I think is exceptional. I'll go 9. Extra, and particularly with all the extra stuff that's been added in, and extra, I'm going to go 8.5 for RimWorld. We had some RimWorlds earlier, I think, where people were rating that one extremely highly. Then Bolt Gun was a really interesting little game that came up out of nowhere, which I was sort of surprised at. So Bolt Gun UX UI is functional. I'll just go say 7. Replayability, it's lowish 7, but the gameplay is quite good fun. I'll say 8. Extra, I'll just go 8. So that's our full list. We've got 62 games that we've just rated. Let's go and now do a sort by score and see who the winner actually is. And the winner is we're going to sort A to Z. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong way. Who was the loser? Homeworld 3 was the loser, with Stargate coming in second last. And Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode, third last. Wow, there we go, guys. They're the losers of the list. Men of War 2, ARA, History Untold, White Sands, Millennia. So that's our losing group of games. But our winning group is okay. So this is actually how we rated them. So if we just sort of start to have a bit of a look at these, if I press F11, I can then at least sort of have it a bit bigger. So the ratings we have Dominion 6 comes out as our game of the year. Age of Wonders 4 coming in second, in equal place with We Who Are About to Die. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I would actually probably put Age of Wonders above We Who Are About to Die, and I would put it on equal with Dominions, personally. So I think that's how I would feel now looking at these. I'm not going to change them, but that's where I would feel. Gal Civ 4 is only a shade behind that. I think that's an exceptional game. Armour Brigade 2, this is such a surprise packet. This may be slightly higher than where it should be, I think. No Caves of Carter. I didn't play it this year. I didn't play it. I haven't played that for years. We've got that one in through there. Dwarf Fortress 8.6. Again, these are very, very tight numbers in through here. Cataclysmo 8.6. Distant Worlds 2 with the DLC 8.56. So just a shade under the others. Again, I'd be pretty having that personally higher with the way I would actually be wanting to play that one. See, if we didn't have the 10 there, for example, and the 10 here, so these Gamers' Choice have sort of have pushed those high. We've got the Quasimorph 8.5, Dune Imperium, KeeperRL, Airships, Shardpunk, RimWorld, Zephon. God, there's been some good games this year, hasn't there? Sins of a Solar Empire 2. This is not 17th. What is it? It's about 16th in the list, but it's better than that. Like in terms of the actual list. Gladius in there, Xenonauts 2. Again, better than what we're seeing through here. Really, really fascinating, isn't it? To sort of see this when you see it like this. Let's go and sort by your ratings. So you chose Dominion 6, We Who Are About to Die, Armour Brigade 2, Dwarf Fortress, Cataclysmo, Dune Imperium, Zephon. Interesting. This is really, really interesting. In terms of replayability, actually I'll do all of them. I'll do UX. Dominions, Age of Wonders again, Sins right up there. This is my ratings. Gal Civ and Scramble, Battle of Britain. So they're all the ones that had the best UXs, replayability wise. We've got Gal Civ for replayability, Quasimorph on equal, Dwarf Fortress, Distant Worlds, Keeper, and Shadow Empires. So they're all the winners for the replayabilities. Gameplay is got a lot on equal top in through here. Gal Civ, Dwarf Fortress, Distant Worlds, Dominions, Age of Wonders, Cataclysmo, Nebulous, and Rimworld. So they all rate very, very highly up through there. And just as the sort of the irrational number in through this other side, a lot scored just 8.5. I didn't score any 9s in through that one through there. Anyway, guys, I really do have to get going. So thanks for being part of this. I knew it was going to take a long time to do this particular one. So Original 10 is saying, is Kaiser Punk on your radar for upcoming games? I haven't heard of that one. It's funny you say that. I thought you said Kaiser Reich. And Battlemate and I were just having a chat before I started streaming, and we were talking about a little bit about Kaiser Reich. Why don't you play it, see if it's any good? Yeah, I will play different things. One person for We're About to Die for 10, a bit difficult on the gamers ones. It is a bit, actually. I feel that that's actually been overrated. I might have changed that to a 9 if you don't mind, because we only have one rating there. So I'll rate that a 9, which then, if we go back to our overall scores, Dominions, Age of Wonders, Cataclysmo, Umber Brigade, Gals. I think that this is overrated too, to be honest. Umber Brigade from inside that particular list. Yeah, I think that I feel more comfortable with it down in here, to be honest. I do feel more comfortable with that there. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for that one, Voodoo Dog, for the super chats. That's very much appreciated. I do, like if I just press F11, do we do one more giveaway? I can do it nice and quickly because we're ready to go. So let's do one more giveaway. So we've got, so I've still got a Glorious Companions key to give away. So if you just type win into the chat, and I'm guessing that some people won't be here to see if they won or not. So if that's the case, I don't know how many of these will be redeemed. But if I don't hear back from anyone in the next over the next 24 hours, I will hang on, tick. If I don't hear from people in that period, I will actually then just call it a. I'll just put it back in the prize pool. So, but if you can actually just email me if you are the winner to this one through here. We've got 36 in the list. Okay, so we're going to choose another winner. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. So I really don't have time to delay. So choosing a winner. The winner is Gratian. So congratulations, Gratian, on the third of the actual keys there that we have given away. So so that's 3 winners for today, which is great. So thanks for being part of this one. Actually, what I should do is actually just go back through to the list of what I have. Got Gratian. All right, so we don't have time, unfortunately, for the marble run. All right, guys, going to leave it there. So Gratian's in the chat, which is great. I think everyone's sort of in. So I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you guys. I'll catch you certainly if you're on Twitch. I'm still live streaming Dwarf Fortress. We have had a fairly benign run with Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to ramp it up. I know that we're at war now with the goblins, so we'll see what happens with that one, I guess. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. That was fun, actually. I did enjoy that. I will have to put this into some sort of smaller content. The 3.5 hours or whatever that we've done is just a bit too long to leave up as a full-on thing. I might just do a summary of where we ended up with the top 10 or something like that.